I'm going to officially start this live right now. Okay. Hello, my name is Jessica. I am the owner of My Taropist. Welcome to my channel, friends. I'm so glad that you're here. This is our All Signs, which we do every other Friday here on YouTube. And then we're going to do 5 free Fridays, which we do every Friday, alternating here on YouTube and then on Instagram, which is, so if you stick around to the end of this all signs reading, right? We are going to go ahead and take 5 questions. Yes, 5 questions. Do 5 free 1-question readings for the first 5 people that I see in the chat who ask. If you want to get your question in early, if you're here in the chat with me, please say hi. Please chat with other folks in the chat. Let's have a fun night, you guys. It's a full moon in Taurus. It was a lunar eclipse. We had, I think there's a meteor shower today. There's all kinds of crazy energies going on right now. So let's have some fun, friends. Who's ready for some fun tonight? I am. We're going to do, this is so if you're following me on Instagram and you're watching this and you also follow on Instagram, then you know on the weeks that I do my all signs reading on YouTube, I do a poll to find out what the all signs reading will be. So the one that was the overwhelmingly largest response was, what do I need to release? Which I thought, that's perfect. I'm glad that actually that ended up being the topic tonight, you guys, because that is what you do on a full moon. If you do a full moon ritual, which I also posted on my Instagram channel, follow me at My Taropist, and you can find it there. You could save it. If you missed it for this full moon, save it for the next one. It's a really easy, simple, great full moon ritual to do. And it's basically focusing on what you need to release and let go of. I tend to feel really heavy energies during and around the full moon. And so practicing letting go and releasing, friends, is so, so, so beneficial. So you can start this new cycle much lighter. And then what we do on the new moon is when we set our intentions and manifestations, what we want to manifest during that cycle, leading up to the full moon. So let's get into it, you guys. Without further ado, while I was doing your premeditation, I just wanted everyone to know that the stone that I was drawn to for you is the epidote. And this, funny enough, you guys, it's supposed to be an epidote, but epidote is usually a green stone, and there is some like green in this stone, you guys, but it's not really green. So I don't know if they miscalculated it where I got it, but I thought it was perfect that I was drawn to it for you all for tonight. If you don't have epidote, look it up, get one if you can. I think it's really great in this energy that we're in right now. It tends to be yellow to green colored, okay? It promotes abundance and prosperity, improves relationships, promotes attunement to spirit, which is also amazing because I was feeling a lot of connection to the crown chakra today, which does connect us to our higher power, right? Assist in letting go, serves as a catalyst for change. And so it assists in letting go what we need to release. That's what we're going to focus on tonight. And it is also connected to the heart chakra, which makes sense because it is green. So if you're using it, you can place it on or touch your heart chakra with it. Keep in the prosperity corner of your home or room if you have such a thing. If, for example, you have a home office, then I would keep it at your desk, right? Or keep it in your meditation area or the area where you meditate, right? If you are the kind of person who does like altars and you change things out, then maybe have it in there for this season, friends, if you feel so called and led to keep it on your altar for this particular season or this cycle, this moon cycle. All right, let's get into it. I already did a pre-shuffle. If you saw me earlier, I'm going to shuffle a couple more times. Get this energy going. I feel like I need to crack a window because this sage is like, whew, Lord, I got some sage going. I don't think you can see it, but it's a smoky sage, friends. It's a smoky sage. All right. I'm like, I think it's affecting my brains. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start with water signs, and we're going to do earth, and we're going to do air. Yes, let's do air and then fire. I've been switching it up and doing fire and then air, but let's do air and then fire last, okay? I think I have been, whatever. Anyways, let's do it that way. So we're going to start with Cancer. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What does Cancer need to release? What do my Cancer friends need to release? And with these all signs, you guys, they are general. So messages won't resonate with everyone. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind for who it's meant for. Also, friends, wanted to let you know, for these readings, because they are general, I do recommend watching the other placements in your chart. So if you've done a birth chart reading before, you have had your birth chart done, you know what your other placements are, then watch those as well. So for example, I'm Capricorn rising, I have a Sagittarius moon, Venus in Gemini. So I would watch those at least, if you know your North Node and things like that, then go ahead and watch what you feel called to, friends. Okay. All right. What does Cancer need to release, Spirit? What does Cancer need to release? And again, you guys, we're doing 5 free one question readings at the end. So if you have a question, pop it into the chat so you don't miss out. Because I hate if you're here in the beginning, then you miss out. Okay. So what does Cancer need to release? Thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing the song Daddy Issues. I don't know why, you guys. But if familiar with that song, if you're not, it's a Demi Lovato song. I don't know why, but the Emperor came out and he's the big daddy of the tarot. So Emperor, and you got the Ace of Wands. Now this is interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Swords and the 5 of Wands. Underneath that is King of Wands. And underneath him, the Ace of Swords. So what I'm feeling here is some of you Cancers, now remember I'm a Cancer sun, but I feel like some Cancers I'm feeling this energy of a need to control in this season, or a need to you might be going through some sort of mental gymnastics in your mind. Okay, Cancer friends, with this 501 Queen of Swords energy, you might be feeling a certain sort of power struggle, but I feel like this power struggle isn't necessarily external to yourself. I think it's sort of within you. Be very careful in this season, Cancers, that you're not giving too much into ego right now. I feel like some of you might be trying to figure some things out, maybe looking towards your future, focusing on some goals. And as you're doing so, I feel like you are definitely in this season of leveling up, friends. But I feel like as you're in this energy of trying to pursue these goals and what it is that you're trying to achieve, that you don't get so caught up and tied up in this needing, I don't know if it's a needing to be right, or if it's just like sort of an energy of trying to control the situations, of trying to control the outcome of things, of trying to sort of, I'm not feeling like necessarily need to be right, but like maybe, for example, Cancer, you're taking on too much, like in this energy of trying to figure things out. Maybe you're too much in your own energy and in your own ego as you're trying to move toward these new goals and these new beginnings in your life. Maybe, learn how to delegate, for example, some of these responsibilities that you have, or things that, are kind of weighing on you. Maybe delegate them to other people. Does that make sense? I feel like, Cancer, you're doing a really good job of trying to also like weed out and block out energies that are not serving you in this season. I think you guys, again, are just like so very focused. Like this is an energy, like some of you may be entrepreneurial. We got Queen of Swords, King of Wands, Emperor, the Ace of Wands, we got the Ace of Swords. Like there's this very strong energy, like very powerful energy around you right now, Cancer. But with this 5 of Wands, you might be feeling like you're sort of in competition with others. Maybe you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to be the winner, or to succeed in whatever these endeavors are that you're doing. And I think kind of take a little bit of a break from that energy, Cancer. Kind of allow yourself to sort of, I'm feeling like even as I'm doing your reading, it's sort of this like, it feels like I'm in a pressure cooker or something. So I think like ease a little bit out of this energy of being so gung-ho focused on your goals. Like there's no water here, and that's not very Cancerian of you. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like soften that energy just a little bit, relinquish this sense and need to control things, this need to be right, or this need to figure things out, or to know what the next move is. I think, some of you in this energy have kind of lost a little bit of your Cancerian softness and empathy. And I'm not saying that you guys are not that, but I'm saying like I feel like it's taken a back seat in this season. So I feel like it's good that you're blocking out energies that don't serve you in this season and things that are toxic to you, whether that be internal or whether that be external sources, right, of toxicity. But in doing so, don't get so much. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, don't go so far to the other end. Do you know what I mean? Don't go so far to the other side that you become just very cold. I'm not feeling embitterment so much, but just like that you're so cold and you're so like insular. Kind of soften and be a little bit more open. Not everyone's out to get you, Cancer, okay? Not everyone is going to be whatever was toxic from the past, okay? You are starting new. You're seeing the light. You've seen the light. I see that. And you're having new beginnings here. And I feel like you guys are coming into a period of time where you're going to have a lot of success, especially if this is with regard to any new creative endeavors or new projects. You could even be having, now for some of you, this is about you having a new person come into your life, okay? It could be an Aries, strong Aries energy. Also could be Sagittarius, or Leo, could be Gemini, Libra energy here, or Aquarius, but very strong Aries, very strong fire energy, very strong air energy here, right? So someone could be like, for example, meeting a new person, and they could be this great person who wants to like, start something with you, whether this is romantic or business. It could be anything here, right? But like, don't meet this person with this energy of like, I'm already like, you know what I'm saying? Like already on the defense or on the offense, really. Already on the offense here. Like, be a little bit softer, because I feel like there is something new and good and wonderful coming in for you. I feel like you guys are leveling up in multiple areas of your lives. But again, like, don't be so closed off to receive what the good that's coming for you. Do you know what I mean? In this effort to cut out the toxicity, just find a good balance there, Cancer. Find a good balance is what I'm feeling. Okay. But there's a lot of powerful energies coming for you. I do feel like a lot of you guys are definitely getting ready to especially come into maybe some abundance. If you guys are working on right now, if you're manifesting or you're working towards some particular goals, especially if it's with regard to like business, especially if you own a business or you're entrepreneurial in some way, again, like I'm saying, I feel that you are definitely coming into a season of great abundance, Cancers. And again, for some of you, there could be a new relationship coming in for you that could be really passionate and fiery, but also like someone that is very mature, serious, maybe someone older than you. But again, don't be closed off to receive what the good that's coming for your friend. Okay, next up we have Pisces. My Pisces people. What do my Pisces friends need to release? What do my Pisces friends need to release? Okay. Okay. I'm going to clarify some things here, but Pisces people, the Four of Wands came out for you, which is interesting, but makes more sense when I'm looking underneath that Six of Cups and Knight of Wands, okay? Underneath that, Hermit, Lovers, okay, and then Four of Cups and Ace of Swords underneath that. So I'm going to clarify this Four of Wands, but it looks like that for some of you, pretty simply, I feel a need for you guys to return to a sense of balance in your lives and harmony in your lives. And I think that right now, some of you are having a hard time releasing and letting go. For some of you, this is like an old love. For some of you, it's a family thing, but it feels more romantic to me. I feel like that there's somebody from your past that you might still be sort of holding out some sort of a sense of nostalgia. You might be a lot of you might be in this kind of dreamy, wistful stage, or maybe you've pulled your energy back and inward, and maybe some of you are doing some work on yourselves and trying to get clear on some things. Maybe are looking at maybe why you've been disappointed in love, or why things haven't been like you haven't been getting maybe the opportunities or offers that you're really seeking. I feel like for some of you that you're really like still thinking about someone in particular that you felt maybe you could have had a soulmate connection with. We've got 2 soulmate cards here with the Lovers and the 6 of Cups. And then with the 4 of Wands, this is also kind of twin flame energy. Knight of Wands. It could be a younger fire sign. Doesn't necessarily have to be. I also have major arcana here for Gemini, and also major arcana here for Virgo. So it could be any of those signs or none of them. Also have very strong water energy, but that's also your energy too, friends. And so anyway, and I said Knight of Wands, so Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries for some of you. But I feel like there's someone in particular from your past that's maybe been in and out of your energy with this Knight of Wands here. Someone that you could be looking at as potential twin flame or soulmate. Like you're looking at this person like there's a deeper connection. But it feels like this is sort of past energy, but there's still this sort of hope and sort of dreaminess and wistfulness and this sense of nostalgia that I'm really picking up on in your energy. Friends, that sort of feels like, you guys are still kind of looking back on this connection with a bit of a sense of longing for some, but also just more like in this dreamy sort of place. Let's see. But I feel like, this is what you need to release. And I think if this has been a fickle connection, if this person's been in and out of your life for maybe a very long time with the 6 of Cups here, like definitely past person energy, I feel like maybe it's you needing to kind of release that person or release anyway. Not some, maybe the person for some, but for some of you, it's maybe a sense of just in general, sort of being a little bit too nostalgic or being too much in the past. Let's see. Please clarify this 4 of Wands is what my Pisces people need to release. Thank you, Spirit. Please clarify this 4 of Wands is what my Pisces friends need to release. 8 of Swords. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And the Chariot on the bottom. Exactly that. So for a lot of you, it could be a specific person, particularly if I called out sign or that person's sign before. But for some of you, it's not so much that. For some of you, it's more of like, I was saying, of you being kind of stuck in the past or stuck in your head about sort of what it is that you really want. Okay, what you're kind of, that's a terrible way to say it. Not what you really want, but okay, it's like this, you guys. It's like this. Sometimes people live so much in the future, right? They're so focused on their goals and what they're going to achieve that they miss out on what's going on in the present, right? Sometimes people are so nostalgic and so like wistful and contemplative and introspective about the past and live in that past energy so very strongly that it prevents them from really moving forward. Sometimes it's more comfortable to live in the past because it's familiar. We're afraid of change because we are creatures of habit. As much as people like to say that they love change, the reality is most people really don't, because we are creatures of habit. We develop these habitual tendencies, and sometimes that's a good thing because it can help keep us productive and in line. But then sometimes those habitual tendencies keep us from growing, right? From growth. So I feel like what's happening for you guys is you needing to kind of release whatever it is stuck up in your head, okay? Whatever it is that you keep rehearsing in your mind, in your head. For some of you, this is like, again, it's a person. For some of you, it is a dream or a wish or something that you had, or something that you experienced in your past, and you're kind of in this like going down memory lane, constantly replaying stories and pictures in your mind. Okay, I'm hoping this is resonating for some people because it seems like it's pretty heavy. Yeah, I feel like you guys are kind of internally stuck, like holding on to a lot of old baggage from the past, old stuff from the past. And so this is like really needing to really heal. I feel like, especially for some of you, needing to heal the way that you see yourself, okay, your sense of self-worth and image with this Nine of Pentacles, Four of Swords energy. It's sort of like you needing to really heal so that you can see yourself, free yourself from whatever that past garbage is, right? But then also see yourself in a new way, heal the way that yourself, your sense of self-worth, your sense of self-esteem, okay? Really be so that you can really hold yourself in high regard, friends, and you can really move forward toward your future here, the Chariot. Because I feel like Spirit's really wanting you to heal so that you can move forward, because you've got places to go and things to do, friend, okay? You've got shit to handle in your lives, and it's like Spirit's really wanting you to move forward. And so in order to do so, you have to stop allowing yourself to be stuck and stop playing those same movies over and over and over in your mind, that same recording over and over and over in your mind. And again, for some of you, this is needing to release for some of you, this goes back to like your mother. Okay. For some of you, this is a mother wound that needs to be healed. Queen of Pentacles, Empress, and the 10 of Pentacles in between there. For some of you, this is about your sense of self-worth and abundance and how much you can really grow and produce in your life. Some of you might still be struggling a little bit with like feeling like you're not good enough, or you can't have enough, or you can't have, or you can't grow, or you can't have this abundance or wealth or whatever it is that you're trying to accumulate in your life, right? Or accomplish. For some of you, this is very heavy. Like you might be dealing with a Leo. But I feel like this also goes back to your sense of self-worth. Some of you might be working on some mental health issues going forward. But I feel like you needing to just really release whatever it is that's sort of got you stuck up in your head, friends. Do you know what I mean? So that you can move forward. And what that is that you need to release be any of those things that I said, or you could know, or something I might have said when I've been like, yeah, it's that. Okay. Let's move along to Scorpio. See what we got going on for you, friends. I feel like for a lot of you Pisces, it's like what it felt like was that there might have been something even from like your childhood that you picked up on, maybe subconsciously, like a certain belief is what I'm feeling, or something that's keeping you kind of stuck from really realizing your full potential. So whatever that is, friends, for some of you, I do believe it is a person that you saw in the past that you saw as a potential soulmate, that it's like you needing to release that person. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's more of like a mindset sort of a thing that you need to let go of in order to keep it moving forward and to really heal, and so that you can realize your full potential. Okay. All right, Scorpios. Let's get into your message, my friends. Scorpio. Okay. All right. What do Scorpios need to release? What do Scorpios need to release? Wow, that was a lot of cards, Scorpios. a lot of cards. Okay. Wow. This is like a whole story for my Scorpio people. Hey, Kenny. Hey, hello. Welcome, friends. We're doing all signs. What do the signs need to release? And we're starting with water. So we're on Scorpio, and then we're going to go to Earth. And then after Earth, air, and then fire at the end. We're also doing 5 free Fridays at the end of this, which means that I'm doing 5 free 1 question readings for the first 5 people to ask. So if you want to leave a question in the chat, I will answer it after we go through all the signs. I'm kind of getting a little slow started, but I'm getting some energy in here, friends. It's like kind of a quiet room tonight, but hopefully it'll pick up in a minute. It's Friday nights. All right, let's do it. So we're on Scorpio. Scorpio. All right. This is a whole story for y'all, Scorpios. A lot of you also, wow, like similar to Pisces. Hey, Miss P. Hey, welcome. We're doing all signs and what do you need to release, which is a great topic for the new moon or full moon. Sorry, it is a full moon tonight. And then we're going to do 5 free Fridays at the end. So I do 5 free 1-question readings for the first 5 people to ask. And you can go ahead and ask. Yeah, thank you so much. It's really good for the full moon. And if you follow me on Instagram at My Taropist, I actually put up a full moon ritual, which is all focused on what we need to release and let go of. And it's a very simple full moon ritual. It's one that I tend to do on the full moon a lot of the time. And so you can find it there. Oh yeah, thank you, girl. Yeah, you can find the full moon ritual there, bookmark it if you missed it. I always say, like, if you do the full moon ritual the day after, sometimes I even prefer to do it the day after the night of the full moon and just allow myself to like really rest during the full moon. Doing it the day after is also kind of like a good, especially if you do it in the morning, it's a good way to kind of like usher in that, new energy and release fully all that old stuff. All right, so let me know what y'all's signs are. So we're on Scorpio, and then we're gonna do Earth, and then what did I say? Air and then fire. I keep switching. Like some weeks I'll do air first, and then some weeks I'll do fire first. I think we'll do air first this time. But also, don't forget to ask a question if you want. Capricorn. Okay, awesome. You got in just in time. Oh, okay. Capricorn Sun, Pisces Moon, Leo Rising, Sagittarius Venus. Kenny, that's right. I love that you danced. That was so fun. Here comes my cat, Mr. Bojangles, you guys. There he goes. All right, Bo, you want to come over? Okay. Let's see. So Scorpio, you guys got Page of Swords, the Hermit, Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, Ace of Swords. Wow. So this is interesting energy, you guys. I feel like, and then you got Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So some of my Scorpio people, and then 5 of Pentacles underneath that. So some of my Scorpio friends, you guys might be dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Virgo here as well. You could also be dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo, double Virgo, or Taurus. Doesn't have to be, though. We're not really doing love readings, friends, are we? But it does look like a lot of you guys have been doing a lot of deep introspection. I feel like some of you might have had to cut some people out in your life recently, or they've cut you out. Take it as it resonates, friend. I do feel like you might have experienced some heartbreak. And it could be with regard to a love situation. It could also be involved with like some sort of a financial situation. It could have been a loss, like a financial loss of some kind. For some others of you, could have been someone in your family that you lost. And I believe that message actually has been coming up for Scorpio a lot, strangely enough. So what I'm feeling about in terms of what you need to release is I feel like there is a lot of new energy coming in for you, Scorpio friends, okay, with this Ace of Swords. I feel like you guys are getting some clarity here, and it's because you're doing this deep inner work, okay? I feel like a lot of you pulled your energy back in this season because of the losses that you have experienced, and for some of you, it's rejection, loss, heartbreak. Take it as it resonates, friend. But I do feel like you kind of like are in this energy of really clearing all of that. So I say in this season, what you need, your full moon message, my Scorpio people, is to really, really slowly continue to work toward your growth, work toward the things that are grounding you. Okay. So everything in that pentacle energy, focus on family, focus on your finances, especially if you're trying to rebuild your finances, if you've experienced financial loss in this season. But also, I think really, really allow yourself, especially to mentally clear of any of any residual sort of heartbreak that you might be clinging to. It's a little bit similar to the Pisces message, but a little bit different. It's just like really finally clearing out, I think, any of that energy of loss or heartbreak. You know, you might have, some of you had to like really cut some people out of your life, I feel like, or cut some opportunities or things out of your life, in which case I feel like that loss caused you to do, again, a lot of deep inner searching, inner wisdom, inner reflecting. And I feel like you're slowly kind of working toward rebuilding with this Knight of Pentacles energy. But I feel like it could have been for some of you like a series of bad news coming through, right? And I feel like right now you need to focus again on what's new, on clearing your mind, on clearing your energy, on getting focused, on keeping your head straight in this season. Let's see, please clarify this Ace of Swords as what my Scorpio friends need to release. I feel like I keep hearing this message for you Scorpios of like allowing yourself to let go of any grudge. Like the reason why I think it's really important for you to clear, this is kind of all the water signs, there's similarities, right? There's been some parallels, because this reminds me now of the Cancer reading. So to clarify, that Ace of Swords is the Hanged Man. So I feel like, again, like similar to Cancer, don't allow those past hurts and pains and losses and things to kind of allow this sort of like callousness to grow in your heart, where you're so pulled away, you've pulled your energy so much away that you're not allowing yourself to see what's new here. I think this is also, though, about you going inside and getting a full perspective on what's going on and what's happened. Like really, really take this time to reflect, Scorpios, on the pain and loss that you have experienced, so that when you start to like come out of that energy, you're coming out a stronger person, especially when it comes to your emotional space, coming back like much stronger in your emotions, really, really able to kind of hold your own and to accept and be open to what's coming in for you. Okay. So allow those opportunities to be opportunities for you to really reflect, to really grow, to learn about yourself. I feel like it's always good, no matter what has happened in our lives, even if it's like a loss and it's not our fault, for us to really go within. Daddy issues. Oh no. You got daddy issues. I was singing that song. Did you see me on the Cancer reading? It came out, I think, daddy issues. So maybe, again, like I was saying, it's starting to remind me there's that Emperor, right? So there's a dad. So yeah, I feel like it's really time for you to do that inner reflection and to allow yourself to fully heal, and don't allow those pains of the past to like enable to make your heart hard, so that you're not seeing new. Because similar to Cancer, I see you got two aces just like Cancer did. There is new stuff that's coming in for you, but I don't want you guys to miss it, because you haven't fully allowed yourself to heal from those old wounds of the past, right? Those old heartbreaks from the past. So do this inner work. There's a lot of this you needing to kind of go in and do this inner reflection, and also to see things from all sides. So for example, one of the things that helped me with my daddy issues was to really kind of put myself in his shoes. Even if we don't have a background of where our parents were very empathetic toward us, like especially if you grew up with a narcissistic parent, for example, I'm not saying that's a good thing. What I'm saying is that it's helpful sometimes to remember that they're human like we are, right? And they've also had their own adverse experiences and their own traumas and things that they've had to endure in their lives. And a lot of the times, unless someone has an actual personality disorder or chemical imbalance of some kind, that's a whole other issue. I'm not talking about those people, but talking about people that have, like we all do, built up certain defenses and certain, I guess, sort of survival skills, you know, that enable them to be protected from experiencing those same hurts and pains again. And when I think about it, like I remember, I think about my dad, for example, he had a horrible father. He had a horrible father. In comparison, my dad was a saint to his father. But in my life, he did hurt me a lot. I'll be really real with you guys. There was a lot of hurts that were caused in my childhood and growing up because of decisions and things that my dad did. But when I think about it, what really helped me to heal, like I was about to say, was to put myself in his shoes and to think about like what it was like for him to have the father that he did, and to see the ways. And then it kind of enabled me to see the ways that he tried to be better and he tried to be different, and he still failed a lot of times. And that's because, you know, gave me a good childhood, but they were strict. Yeah, mine were strict too. And I did have a good childhood. I'm not going to say I had a terrible childhood, and my dad's not like a complete asshole, you guys. But we've all, I think, in different ways, whether it's just our parents were too strict or however it was, like we've all been hurt by our parents. But then we think they're just human beings. They have built up, like we all have, certain behavioral patterns, certain defense mechanisms that are protecting them from experiencing those same traumas and pains that they experienced in their past. We're all doing that. And that's why the healing journey is so important, you guys, right? Because through that healing journey, through going and doing that inner work and doing our own inner, I'm sorry, my cat's butt is in your face. That's rude, Bo. Through doing that healing work, it enables us to be less hurtful to other people, right? We learn when we do shadow work, we learn those parts of ourselves. Sorry, my cat just got scared because there's like a motorcycle that went down the street. We work on those parts of ourselves. We become acquainted with those parts of ourselves that are creating those defenses, those behaviors that can come out if we're not aware of them and we're not accepting of them and understanding where they come from. Then they can sometimes hurt others. I hope this makes sense, you guys. I got very distracted by my cat right there. But that helped me to heal, was one, to do the work on myself, and then two, to look at my dad and to understand, like, he's a human being. You know, he's not a god. He's just a person who had his own traumas and his own adverse experiences in his life. And the way he is now is because he didn't do all the work, right? And because he's operating out of ego and he's allowing those hurt parts of himself sometimes to do the work for him rather than the healed parts of himself to do the work for him. Okay. If that makes sense. All right. Miss P, what was like the one of the worst experiences you had of having strict mine were strict too, but I'm wondering what's strict to you. What does that mean? Did you have like a 7 p.m. curfew or something? You got daddy. Yeah, Kenny, I feel you. I feel you. I feel like it really does it. It starts to doing the work on ourselves first. And then, you know, when you do that, it kind of helps you to be a little bit more compassionate and empathetic toward others, because then you realize, like, oh my God, like everyone's walking around just really trying to survive in the best ways that they can. You have to get a government job. Can't follow my. Oh, interesting. Yeah. That's sad. Okay, we're moving on to earth signs, government job. See, and again, that's parents trying to protect you from what they feel was the mistakes that they made or whatever, what they think is going to help you to have the best life. But at some point you have to just be like, it's my life, not your life. Yeah, I feel that. My way or the highway. Yeah, parents are always right. They're not. Okay. Earth signs, Taurus. What does Taurus need to release? What does Taurus need to release? Whoa, that came flying out. Okay, Taurus. Some of you might have a bit of a poverty mentality or might be not feeling good enough. Let's see. We've got 5 of Pentacles here that came out for you guys. The Magician and the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. 10 of Pentacles underneath that. Interesting. Okay. 10 of Cups underneath that. Wow. Okay. I feel like some of you are really trying to manifest some sort of financial abundance. Some of you could literally be trying to manifest a child or an addition to your family or growth or expansion in that Pentacle energy. So again, Pentacle energy, career, money, home, family, those things that ground us in the 3D, right? For some of you, it is in addition to your family for some, okay? But I feel like either you might have had experienced loss before, or you might be at this point where you're feeling like I'm incapable of being a provider or being a parent. For some of you, though, I feel like what it is that you definitely need to release is sort of like a poverty or lack mentality. There may be some sort of a fear that you have associated with manifesting this abundance that you really, really want. I see that you really, really want it. It's like, it's really the thing that I feel like you think is going to bring you happiness and fulfillment here emotionally, and in other ways. But I think that even as you're trying to manifest it, there's this part of you that feels like you're not good enough or you're not worthy of it. Okay. Maybe you're the kind of person who's always making sure everyone else is taken care of, especially if you do have a family that you're a provider for. That's not going to resonate for everybody. It may be your friends. Page of Pentacles can also show up for me as like a friend energy. So it may be that you're like trying to give to everyone else and manifesting for everyone else, but you're not looking out for your own needs and your own interest in this season. It's like it may be depleting you to be giving to everyone else. Let's see. Please clarify this Five of Pentacles. Wow. Well, this is interesting. Okay, so it's more about a belief system for you guys, because you got the Eight of Swords to clarify that Five of Pentacles, just like Pisces did. So this could be about you guys being kind of in your head and having this sort of belief system of feeling, again, not good enough. Some of you might even be feeling in this season, there might be a fear, whatever it is that you're trying to build or manifest, you might have a little bit of a fear that it's not going to last or it's going to end. Three of Pentacles, 10 of Swords underneath that. There may be this kind of a fear that whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or build in the 3D, in that pentacle energy, the things that I mentioned, you guys, I feel like it's quite a dream and wish fulfillment for you. And even as I said that, the Star card is on here underneath the King of Swords and then the Nine of Cups. So you guys are definitely trying to manifest a dream, a wish, a goal here, okay? But there's this it's like weird, it's like self-sabotage energy going on in your mental space. Because even as you're trying to do this work and build something here, I feel like that's for your future, that's for the long term, for your long-term goal and goals and abundance. It's like you're self-sabotaging because you're acting like you can't have this thing that you want. Like you don't actually believe it. So if you don't actually believe it, Taurus friends, then why are you working toward it? Why are you putting in that work, friends, if you don't believe that this can happen for you? Let me ask. I'm curious. What is going on? Why does Taurus have this Five of Pentacles, Eight of Swords energy? But this is what you need to release, you guys. It could be, again, like I said, like you're working so hard maybe on a team to build with others or do for others, that it feels like friends or family. I'm getting friends or family, but it feels like maybe you're doing it. You're kind of, again, it's sort of that energy of like giving so much to others that you're not giving enough to yourself, that you could be burning out. So be careful, Taurus people, also that you're not burning out in this good work that you're doing. Okay. Because I feel like whatever it is you guys are trying to manifest, it's good. It's obviously very good. But make sure it's not like you're setting everyone else up, but not, taking care of your own needs, friends. Okay. But for a lot of you, this is a mindset. It's a mindset. Some of you could be dealing with some feelings of inadequacy or insecurity in some ways. I'm hearing, I'm not going to live forever. I don't know what that is. Maybe some of you think that maybe that's part of what your beliefs are. For some of you is that you're setting things up for this long-term abundance and success, but then it's sort of like you have this belief of like, I'm going to die young or something, or I'm not going to be able to, sort of like Moses going to the promised land, right? It was like, what was it? Any of my Bible scholars out there, help me out. I think it was like Moses didn't actually get to see the promised land. He set it up for everybody else, right? But then in the end, he didn't really believe. Was it Moses that he lost his faith in the end that they were going to actually be able to see the promised land and to actually get there, because they spent so much time in the wilderness wandering, right? And then it was because he didn't believe that God was like, well, guess what? Because you don't believe, you're not going to actually get to see it. You'll never get to actually see it. So all of that work, all that setup Moses did to free the Israelites, right? And then they never ever got to he never got to actually see what it was that he was working so hard toward. So for some of you, it could be that. But let's clarify. Oops. Okay. And just as I said that, whoops. Okay. 2 of Wands, 7 of Cups. Okay. So yeah, I do feel like, again, this is about what you guys are working toward, like future goals that you guys are working toward and trying to manifest towards, and having some sort of confusion or illusion or about it being able to come to pass, right? It could be that for some of you, you might be having a hard time focusing your energy in one area. Some of you might feel like it's taking a really long time for you to reach this goal. Okay, so that's for others of you. But I do feel like whatever that is that's keeping you blocked there in that space, whether it is feelings of inadequacy or doubts starting to creep in, friends, for some of you, it's that when you're looking toward the future, or if it is you literally setting up all your friends and family and everybody else for success, and then you set you're making the plans, you're setting the groundwork, but then you don't feel like you're going to actually get it. Yeah. 4 of Cups and turned over. So you might be in this energy of like disappointment, or you're not really able to see things clearly, get clear focus and clear vision on what it is that you're trying to manifest, how it's going to come about, right? You might have had some losses and disappointments on that journey, friends, but I feel like, again, like go within and really like heal whatever it is. It's for all of y'all water signs. I feel like a lot of this is you releasing certain mindsets and things that are, well, that was Earth, but for all the signs so far, it's like people needing to release certain mindsets, okay, that are keeping them from really, really attracting what it is that they're seeking, right? Remember, guys, with the law of attraction, like whatever it is that you're focused on is what you're bringing to pass. So yes, right, Miss P? Yes, you're doing so awesome. Yeah, whatever you're focused on is what you're bringing to pass. So if you're focused on like self-doubt or fears or worries, you might be like saying all the affirmations and mantras and whatever the fuck, like, that you are saying verbally. But if your mind's not matching up with your words, if your core beliefs, aren't really matching up with what you're saying, it's not what you're saying that you're bringing to pass. It's what you believe you're bringing to pass, right? Remember, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So if you're lacking the faith and you're just doing the words in practice, right? But the faith isn't there. Think about that. What are you actually manifesting then, friends? Hey, Scorpio. All right. We're going to do Virgo now, friends. Let's do it. Virgo, what is the I was going to say, what's the good stuff coming to Virgo? I bet all the Virgos want to know that. But what do Virgos need to release? What do my Virgo friends need to release? I was hoping my cousin Brooke would be in the chat at this point because she's a Virgo. All right. King of Swords. Interesting. So whenever I see a court card come out, when I ask this question, sometimes the very simple answer is you need to release whomever this represents, right? As a people, as a person. So King of Swords would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, individual, preferably male. Doesn't have to be though, because there's no gender in the tarot. But so that's for some of you, especially if this person is causing you burdens. But I feel like for some of you, this is like, again, going back to that mental energy. Some of you might be feeling a little bit stressed with regards to money or work situation or particular project that you're working on, Virgo people. Here's your energy, Hermit underneath this. 10 of Wands is the 8 of Pentacles, and then the Virgo, right? Knight of Swords underneath that. So for some of you, I want to say this, be very careful, Virgos, that you guys aren't spending too much. I feel like make sure that you think before you take action on something, especially when it comes to like finances. Make sure that you guys have your savings in place and you got your financial ducks in a row. I'm just saying. Also, I feel like don't tell everyone your plans, Virgo. If you're planning something and plotting for something right now in this season, be very, very careful that you don't share that information with everybody. If this comes to work situation, if like you might be getting a promotion or a raise or something like that, maybe like, or if you're starting a business or you're planning a trip also for some, like keep your cards close to your chest. I feel like don't tell everyone your business. Like be very careful and mindful of who you share with. That's a side message for you, Virgos. But let's get into this. I feel like some of you, feels like there's some sort of a mental burden that you need to release. Please clarify this King of Swords as what my Virgo friends need to release. Please clarify this King of Swords as what my Virgo friends need to release. Ooh. Queen. Oh, a lot of people, honestly, and I'm not trying to make a joke here, but I do feel like there's a lot of energy tonight too of people really needing to do some work to release. And I know we talked about this in the chat a little bit, you guys. But I do feel like there's an energy of some people needing to really work out some parent issues. Okay. I say that because here we go again with this Emperor coming out and the Queen of Pentacles. So I really think, and I'm really not trying to be trite about this, I'm very, very serious. I feel like some people might really need to go to therapy or to talk with some people about some emotional burdens that they really need to release when it comes to their family situation, how they were raised, how you grew up, any issues related to your mother or father in particular. I feel like it is a thing that you've been holding on to for a really long time, trying to be really strong and maybe hold it inside and keep it to yourself and just kind of push through it and keep it moving. Like maybe you've had tangential conversations about it, or maybe you've read a book or something. But I really feel like as you guys are going through the process of releasing in this full moon season, really, really do go even deeper if you can, friends. I'm going to start doing some new spreads that I'm going to be offering in the new year that are doing more shadow work and focusing more on shadow work. But I do feel like for a lot of people, it's definitely kind of releasing some mother and father wounds, okay, or healing some mother father wounds. So I feel like that's the message for some of you Virgos, okay? I do feel like for some of you though too, with those energies I was seeing before, it's also about you leveling up in your career, okay, and what you do for work and in your finances, and releasing again. I feel like for some of you it's sort of like a sense of control, and needing to have kind of like all your ducks in a row. And for some of you, it's like needing to kind of change your thinking about what you can accomplish and what you can achieve, and really, really releasing any sort of mentality that's keeping you in a place where you feel like, you're not worthy of, or you can't accomplish what it is that you're seeking because of past hurts and pains. If that doesn't resonate for you, oh, thank you. Thanks, Kenny. If it doesn't resonate for you in that way, then I think it's like releasing any old baggage from past relationships that you've had. And for some of you, it's not a relationship that you were in, but it was like, again, how a relationship was modeled for you growing up. For some of you, I feel like it's a lot to do with that. So if your parents did not have a very healthy relationship, if a healthy relationship wasn't really modeled for you, Virgos, I feel like there may be some residual tendency, especially if like I'm hearing Papa was a Rolling Stone. So if you have like if your dad, for example, was like kind of a player, maybe he had multiple wives, maybe multiple girlfriends, maybe he was in and out of your life or in and out of your mother's life. I feel like maybe that has maybe made you a little bit cold, especially if you're a Virgo female. It may have made you a little bit cold toward men in a certain degree, okay? Is the other message I'm picking up here with this King of Swords. I feel like for some of you, this King of Swords energy is you. You may be a little bit, I know. But did you hear them say how much they like you? So now you're just like, let me just get all up in it. So for some of you, I feel this is actually your energy. You might be too much in this King of Swords energy and mentality where you are intellectualizing your relationships, right, friends? And it's like you need to allow, I feel like, a little bit of this nurturing Queen of Pentacles energy, which is your energy, you guys. Yeah. And to kind of allow yourself, see how she's like holding this bunny, so loving, such a juxtaposition to this King of Swords who's like, don't touch me, don't come near me. Like, I don't know. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And so I feel like it's this energy that you guys need to kind of allow a little bit more of that nurturing earth energy to come through, friends, okay? And release that whatever, again, like going back to what we were saying before about like those defenses and those walls that we build up and those protection that we have against our ego, to save us from being involved in some kind of, painful situation. Especially like, again, if your parents got divorced and you had relative, it looked like this to me. So he's walking away from the 10 of cups. Okay. It's like if you've been used to being left before in the past, or again, I'm feeling for a lot of you, this was modeled in your childhood and your parents' relationship. Okay. If that's been your norm, I feel like you need to release that mentality and allow yourself to just embrace that earth energy, that nurturing, caring, stable, grounded energy, and allow that to permeate into all of your relationships instead of just being so on the defensive or the offensive, what have you, when it comes to, whomever it is that you are involved with, right? People, it's like that energy of people coming up to talk to you and you're like, what do you want? I'm like, oh, I'm just paying you a compliment. I just think you look really great today. I love your shirt and whatever. It's like, what do you really want? Like, it's like, chill. I just want to compliment your shirt. Yeah, right. That's what they all say. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, Virgo. Oh, really? Bella Boy? Oh, that's cute. Oh, I want to see Bella Boy. Is Bella Boy a tuxedo? Is Bella Boy a tuxie? All right, guys, let's get into it for the Capricorns. What do we have for the Capricorns? It's like funny. I just feel like a lot of people, like Doja, like Doja Cat. No, what is that? What you're talking about? Yeah, Capricorns. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's a very sweet compliment. Thank you very much. You guys, don't forget to put in a question in the chat for 5 free Fridays if you want a free 1 question reading. All right. Oh, you're so sweet, Miss P. Okay. Yay, do it. Whew. All right, Capricorn. What do Capricorns need to release? What do Capricorns need to release? Oh, okay. Capricorns. Looks like you're juggling a lot right now. A lot of responsibilities, especially if it comes to work, home, family, career sorts of things. Maybe again, it's a work-life balance situation for some of you all. So, and I say this because you've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. Underneath that, you've got the Hierophant and Temperance, though. I'm hearing this sort of like There's this song that this reminds me of. Oh, well, yeah, I guess, I don't know. It's, it goes, have patience, don't be in such a hurry. When you get impatient, you only start to worry. um, and so I feel like there's this, I don't know if it's necessarily a patience thing. I feel like, again, this is like releasing. For some of you, I feel like this is you needing to delegate, for example, okay? And not only delegate, but I feel like release to spirit, um a sense to like need to control or to do everything or to take on everything yourself in your own strength, right? I feel like this is the sense of needing to kind of slow down and go with flow and follow spirit and follow your intuition and your inner guide. For some of you, it's like you really need to have more fun, I feel like, in your life. And I feel like if you're in this energy constantly of juggling and taking on so much and having all these responsibilities, that it's not enabling you guys to really like slow down and not only like spend time with spirit and really commune with spirit and slow down and take care of yourselves, but also to have fun and enjoy time with friends, enjoy time with family. Yeah, go out more. It's all of that. I feel like a lot of you feel like you can't have fun because, Bo, really, what are you doing? He's knocking things off the desk now. He's just really all kinds of crazy tonight. So closed off. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's this energy of, I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities and you're taking on a lot. And what you really need to do is kind of release some of this sense of control of the spirit, go with flow more, spend more time really taking care of yourselves, but also enjoying yourselves and having fun, friends. Enjoying yourselves and having fun, getting out more, being with your friends, being with the people that you care about. Because I feel like you're kind of hurting your own selves by being so closed off here. I feel like that there are potentially people reaching out to you and people that really care about you. For some of you, you might have water signs in your life or water sign in your chart: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Libra I have here as well. But I think that you guys are really focused so much on like business, on work, on finances, on career, and whatever it is that you're responsible for, once again. And you're really trying to balance and juggle all the things in your lives. But right now, like emotionally, you're a little bit closed off and guarded in this season. And I feel like, again, this is similar, right, to Virgo, is like, don't be so, but different. For you guys, it's more of like, don't be so busy or so responsible that you're missing out on the fun of life, okay? That you're missing out on allowing opportunities into your life that are going to really bring you a lot of joy and happiness in the season, okay? A lot of comfort and softness that I feel like you really need, you know? I feel like there are a lot of people around you that like want to actually enjoy just like spending time with you. And I think if you guys can just like, maybe delegate some things, but also just don't feel like you have to do everything right now, be patient. I feel like with yourselves as well. Westminster, can you see any winning lottery numbers? Oh, well, I don't actually do lottery numbers, friend. But if you're wanting to know a message about like your financial abundance or like what's coming for you financially, that I can do. But winning lottery numbers, no, we don't do those kinds of readings here. Thank you, though. When I came out to him, it was weird. Got called weird. Oh, your dad, Kenny? Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, friend. Yeah, that's heavy. That's a very deep wound. I understand. Yeah. I'm not saying, by the way, you guys, when I talk about dealing with the parent stuff, I'm not saying to make amends with them. Obviously, if they are hurt, if they're still continuing to hurt you in your life, just because they're family, I don't believe that means that you need to subject yourself to someone's, abuse or toxic behavior. You know what I'm saying? But just you releasing that within yourself. Okay. Because I've come to terms with the fact, like, everyone that I love and care about, I'm not going to have the kind of relationship with them that I wish I could have. I just am not. We're not always, we can't, because relationships take more than one person. So you can do everything right, and the other person could do everything totally wrong, and it's not going to work. Right. So it's just like, it's releasing it within yourself so that you are not carrying the weight of it. That saying that people say is so true, is like holding on to a grudge or whatever. And I don't think that's holding on to a grudge per se, but holding on to that pain is really, it's only causing more toxicity within yourself, holding on to those wounds. So it's not hurting, the other person's not in any way affected by that. You know what I mean? I do want to did my crush misunderstand? Oh, okay, that's your question. Okay, cool. Oh, about your friends, Miss P. I got you. Yeah. Yeah. My therapist told me a great thing, Miss P, recently, because I was really hard on myself. The other weekend, I didn't get any of my chores done or things that I needed to do or I thought I needed to do around the house and whatnot. And so I was telling my therapist, because I spent the whole weekend with friends. That's why, because I did all social activities all weekend. And she was like, and I meet with my therapist on Mondays, and she's like, well, that is self-care. You did take care of yourself. You did do things that you needed to do. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, spending time with your friends and family and, being actively engaged and having an engaging social life is self-care. It is important. It's an important part of our health and well-being, of taking care of and honoring our health and well-being. So that was like, oh, hello. So laundry can wait. But if your friend calls you and it's a gorgeous day and they want to go on a hike, it's like, let's do that. I don't know when I'll have another gorgeous day like this. Who knows? Anyway. And it's healthy. I'm getting fresh air, exercise. That's just an example from my own life. All right, moving on. All right. Let's move on to, I said air sign. Let's do it. Air signs. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yes. That's that 4 of Cups energy of being, kind of closed off emotionally. It can be hard, especially when we've been burned. And trust me, I've been burned by a lot of friends. A lot. And it does make you, I understand all these things that all these people are going through. It does make you more closed off. But yeah, that's why oh, Kenny, you want a friend. Well, we're all friends here, Kenny. I'll be your friend, Kenny. How's that? You have to be it starts with doing, I swear you guys, I know I sound like a broken record and I know it sounds trite, but trust me, it really starts with doing that inner work. And then you start to see the kind of people you start attracting are, oh, look, see, you got 2 friends now, Kenny, Miss P and me. But then you start to see that you start attracting a lot more when you whatever you put into yourself, you start attracting more of externally. I swear to God, it works. I don't know how else to say it. When you start loving yourself more, then you start to receive more love from others. When you start meeting your own needs, you start to have your needs met from external sources. It just works like that. People, a lot of people say the energy you put out is what you receive, but honestly, I feel like the energy that you put in to yourself is what you receive back. Okay. Okay. So Gemini, what do my Geminis need to release? Oh, well, this is different. Air signs are switching it up a little bit, friends. Okay. Ooh, Gemini. I feel like some of you might feel you got new stuff coming. But yeah, something about you all being a little bit stuck. I feel like you got Wheel of Fortune, Gemini. So Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus energy, and King of Wands. So this King of Wands energy, very strong Leo vibes with it, but also could be Aries or Sagittarius. Some of you might be waiting on communication for some of you, Geminis, from a fire sign or from one of those fixed signs that I mentioned, especially with someone that you had a strong sexual attraction to, a relationship with. You might be really wanting a new beginning with this person, but there's something I feel like very toxic about this situation. For some of you Geminis, I feel like you've been in a cycle or a repetitive cycle, maybe with a person or in general, where it's like you walk away only to start to jump back in to the fire again. You walk away only just to jump right back into, you know, something, this toxic situation, when really there's something brand new that I feel like is trying to come through for you, and there's change that's wanting to happen. But what I feel like some of you Geminis are doing are being a little bit stubborn and resistant to this change for some of you, okay? And it could be because you're stuck on, I heard stuck on stupid, not you guys being stupid, but I feel like there's somebody that you guys have maybe been in a connection with for a really long time that you thought it was like a soulmate connection, and maybe because you worked so long to try to build this, or we're so patiently waiting on this connection to like really evolve into something deeper and bigger and more. So for some of you, if you're resonating with that, it's like you give up waiting, you get impatient and you move on, but then you jump right back into it. And the situation doesn't feel very healthy, friends. For some of you, this isn't a person. For some of you, this is an addiction or addictive behavior that you keep indulging in again, like, because I feel like it's something that you have had in your life for so long, almost to the point where it's like become sort of comforting to you. For some of you, I feel like, but it's a thing that you really need to release. For some of you, this could be a drug addiction. For some, it doesn't have to be. But let's clarify. Please clarify this. I feel like there's something about you really needs to change, Gemini, but I feel like you're resistant to that change. Okay, is what I'm getting. I feel like you guys are very stubborn. It's sort of like I'm feeling this sort of like my way or the highway. Like I know best. Seen your car yet? Your card? What's your Westminster? What's your sign? Please clarify this. Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands. Wow. Yeah, I feel like, okay, please clarify this King of Wands. What is this King of Wands? Yeah, that's what it is. So there's definitely something new for you. There's a new cycle that's wanting to begin here for you, Geminis. There's change that's wanting to come through. I've got the Hierophant, I've got the Magician, I've got the World. I think your intuition is telling you this and is telling you that the winds of change are upon you, Gemini. But it's like, again, with this energy, with this Four of Pentacles clarifying the King of Wands, it's like there's something that you're not wanting to release and let go of in order to accept this new beginning. Okay, it's like Spirit is speaking to you and is saying, like, for some of you, it's like you need to move, but you're like stubborn. You don't want to do it. You're refusing to move. Okay. You could have all the signs telling you, this is just one example of what this could be for you, Gemini. All the signs are pointing out like, bing, bing, bing. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to move. Let's go. Like, get out of here, you know? But it's like, you're just kind of sitting here like, nope, this is my home. I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere. And it's like, Spirit's like, but it's time for a change, y'all. And it's like, you got to we're trying to level you up here, but you're not wanting to receive it. Let's see why. Why is Gemini refusing this change? And so I feel like that's really what it is. Six of Wands, like ego. It's something to do with ego here, okay? It's sort of like we've got Justice and Five of Swords underneath that. Maybe there's something about this is like you feel like you're right, you want to be right, or you want to win in a situation, okay? For some of you, you might feel like it's too much of a burden for you to think about the future or try to plan toward your future or move ahead or move forward, okay? for some of you, it's because your heart is still stuck on something, stuck in a particular stuck on a particular person, stuck in a particular place. And you're kind of really being very stubborn, not wanting to really see, not really wanting to end something here. I feel like some of you are just really not wanting to end something. Again, not really wanting to move on. You're self-sabotaging your own success and ability to move forward, because I feel like there is abundance that's wanting to come through for you, something that's going to be a lot more solid, stable, and secure for your future. But again, your stubbornness and your inability to want to budge or move forward is preventing you from letting go, so that this change can come. For some of you, you might have need to release an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a relationship or higher level of commitment that you're in. It may be a toxic situation, like I said, on and off, or something like that. And there may be this new person trying to come through. It could be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo for some. But I feel like, again, it's like your stubbornness or inability to really like allow this change to occur. And I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you guys know who it is. Yeah, right, Kenny. It's very similar energies with all the signs tonight. I feel that too. It's funny, like I've so many readers, when they do all signs, they're like, I should have just done a collective reading, because a lot of people deal with the same stuff. Oh, you're coming, yay. So yeah, it's like again, you guys know what it is. You already know. Don't allow your ego or you're wanting to win in a situation or to be right about something. Like, don't allow that to stop you from moving forward. So like for some of you, I'm going to give one more example and then I'm move on to the next sign. But for example, sometimes we stay in the same job for a really long time, or pursuing the same career or dream, right? Oh, Miss P. Because we like for example, I'm also an actor, you guys. So sometimes it's hard for people to leave this career or this profession, even if they're not really meeting their career goals, because you put in so much time and effort, and because you told everybody, I'm doing this thing, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to blah, blah, blah. And it's sort of like, it's a blow to your ego in a way if you quit the business, because you know what I mean? It's like you don't want people to look at you like a failure. So for example, Gemini, if you are in a marriage relationship or a higher level of commitment and you've been trying to make this thing work for so long, and sometimes a lot of people stay in relationships for this very same reason, is again that ego getting involved, because you don't want to tell people like, oh, my marriage didn't work out, oh, my marriage failed, or oh, this, my relationship failed, oh, we broke up. Like it's embarrassing sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Like if you're in college and you're like, I know that I need to quit this major and go to this major instead, but you like don't want to do it because you told everyone you're going to be a doctor, but you're like, you took your first class and you're like, this is not for me. Friends, don't stay in any kind of situation because of your ego. If your intuition is telling you it is time to make a change, and you better listen, because what happens, you guys, when we resist that change, a change is going to come, but then it's going to come in like the tower form, not the wheel of fortune. It's better, I think, if we just allow that wheel of fortune to turn than we wait for the tower to fall. Do you know what I'm saying? All my tarot people, give me a thumbs up. What did your baby sister do to her laptop? Oh my gosh. All right. You know what I'm not doing? I'm not clearing the energy in between the signs. Let's do that. All right, here we go. So now we're going to Libra people. Any Libras in the house or Libra placements? My brother is a Libra, and I also have a cousin who's a Libra. I have a friend who's a Libra. They seem to be very popular signs, Libra. Or it's a very popular sign, Libra. Okay, there we go. That's what we were missing, you guys. I didn't have the Palo Santo going in between readings. Let's do this. All right, Libra. What do my Libra friends need to release in this season? Oh, Page of Wands wanted to come out. Interesting. What do my Libra friends need to release? Okay, there we go. What? Interesting. You got the 10 of Cups. I'm going to clarify this. Because you got some weird energy on the bottom of the deck. 7 of Swords, Judgment, 9 of Swords. Ooh, okay. Please clarify this 10 of Cups is what my Libras need to release. Thank you, Spirit. Whoop. Okay. Ace of Swords. Lovers, 3 of Swords. That's what I was feeling. Okay, so for some of you, this is very specific, Libra, and it is definitely not going to resonate with all of you. But based on everything that I've been seeing, especially that the Judgment, or I'm sorry, it was Temperance, the 7 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords underneath the deck initially. So the cards that came out for you, Ace of Swords and 10 of Cups, okay? And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers, 3 of Swords, 5 of Wands, okay, Knight of Cups, and Death card underneath that. So this is really, really simple. And if this does not resonate for you, please don't take this message because it's going to be very specific. And it's definitely not going to be for everybody. But I do feel like some of my Libra friends are experiencing some kind of a transformation in a relationship that you were in. For some of you, I feel like you found something out about somebody that you were involved with, especially if you were married. Okay, I think your intuition was telling you that this person was kind of up to no good. They may have been, again, somebody that was like a soulmate connection for you. I feel like for some of you, this was a higher level of commitment. This person may have cheated on you, okay? There may have been competition or third party. If they didn't cheat on you with another person, again, there was maybe some toxic behavior, some lying, some deception around a situation. And what I feel like is that this person is really trying to come through and change and to apologize to you and wants to make this right. But I feel like what's happening, like there's an opportunity here for a new beginning around a conversation. So if you guys can open up and be honest with each other, I feel like there's an opportunity here for things to be repaired. Okay, now what you need to release is I'm feeling like if this was you, if you were the person that needed to transform and change in this situation, then I feel like you need to release sort of, I'm hearing like the tendency to censor yourself, to not be, to not try to, sometimes we don't call it lying, but it is lying. Okay. Where we conceal certain aspects of the truth in order to spare someone's feelings. And I feel like this conversation, like I feel like you need to be like really open and honest and clearly communicate. Okay, my Libras, I feel like what you need to release is this tendency maybe to censor yourself. Now, if you were not the person that caused the injury and it was the other person that caused the injury, it's still, I feel like you need to be really honest about how that made you feel and what that did to you, okay? How that hurt you. I think this is really about having some clarity and some truth with regard to a higher level of commitment, or to a family situation. If you're not married, it's like a family situation. I think you really need to speak your truth about something. I think you really need to be open and honest and clearly communicate how you feel about something, okay? I think that's what's going to create this transformation. Okay. If you can and transform the situation, if you can really honestly and openly communicate your feelings, express how the situation hurt you, express, in a loving way. Okay. I think that's really what's going to bring harmony and balance back to the situation and help you and your person be, if it's you and your person, right, be on the same page and be simpatico again. I think that the air really, really needs to be cleared. Okay. So release a sense or tendency to like control yourself or to censor yourself. When it comes to being really open and honest about how you feel about situations, especially when it comes to relationships and when it comes to your family. Okay. All right. So, what is going on for my Aquarius people? What do they need to release? Oh, Kenny. Hi. I do need to release a lot of parent issues. Okay. parent issues. I know. None of us asked to be born, Kenny, right? That's like the joke's on us, right? Like it's like, yeah, we didn't, no one of us asked. This is what I like, honestly, if you're a parent, God bless you. But also, can I just say this? Parents, your children didn't ask to be born. You asked for them to be born, obviously, by giving birth to them. So just always remember that. Okay. I didn't. It's been a long 5 years. Pushed away everyone. I mean, after my sister. Oh man, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you, Kenny. Patience, but when I need patience, I pinch my. Okay, y'all. Because people watching this on the replay won't see the chat. Kenny is saying when he needs patience, he pinches his nipples and says, "My name is Patience." What? Bojangles, my booty. Oh yeah, Mr. Bojangles. That's my cat. That's my cat, y'all. He is named after the song Mr. Bojangles, but it is not the one that people probably think of, not the sad one. There's a happier Mr. Bojangles song. Fred Astaire sings it, weirdly enough. I don't know if he's the only one, the version that I named my cat after. But also, I'm a big fan of Bill Bojangles Robinson. Also, so it could be double. All right, let's go to Aquarius. Booty bat song. Oh my god. Okay, Kenny is silly. Kenny, you're funny. 15 years, your cat though. Oh. Mine is Mr. Bojangles that you saw is 9 years old. All right. What does Aquarius need to release? What does Aquarius need to release? All right. 2 Pentacles, Hanged Man. Wow. Knight of Cups, 7 of Wands. So you're holding back communication, Aquarius. I feel like you're kind of all up in your head a little bit here, trying to decide, do you communicate, I feel like, with somebody or do you not? It could be with somebody that you've blocked, okay? Yeah, I feel like this has to do with maybe a friend for you guys or somebody in your life that you want to reunite with, but you're kind of stuck up in your head about, should I reunite with them? It could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Also have Earth energy here as well, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be any of those signs, but this is what I'm seeing. You got the 2 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So a lot of people have pulled their energy back from others in this season is what I'm picking up on. A lot of you guys have pulled your energy back. A lot of you guys are trying to make some decisions about something. A lot of you are needing to deal with some old wounds and really heal and release those as well. And then some of you, it's like releasing a sense of control. There's repetitive messages, right, you guys? But underneath that, we have the Knight of Cups and the 7 of Wands here, and this Page of Pentacles after this 8 of Swords. And that's why I'm saying it looks like there's someone that wants to reunite with you, or you're contemplating whether or not, here comes Bo again, you want to reunite with this person or have a conversation with them or open up the lines of communication. You're kind of going back and forth, like, should I open up and reach out or should I not? And again, I feel like this is somebody that either you may have had an argument with them, or there's, again, sort of a power struggle, or you've blocked them or blocked your energy from this person. Okay. I do feel like this is sort of like an ego thing, either for you or this other person. Again, that feeling of that sense of like one of you wanting to be right. And sometimes one person just has to kind of be the bigger person to make that move, right? Whether it's, you're at fault or not. But I feel like you really want to speak to somebody, but you're just not doing so, Aquarius. Anything else on what Aquarius needs to release? Knight of Pentacles. Okay, the Tower. Ooh, 5 of Wands. Yeah, you guys have really, wow. For some of you, this could be a family issue, okay? I got Emperor, I've got Justice here. It could be with regard to a divorce or like a custody situation I'm picking up for some of you, Aquarius. If you're going through that in your life, friend, that's obviously not going to be everybody. And so it's like, I feel like there's a lot of competition going on here, a lot of internal struggles, again, about reaching out and or wanting to be right or wanting to have justice in a situation. This could be with regard to a father, family, like I said. But I feel like there was an ending. I feel like some competition really caused something to come to an end. I feel like there was such a power struggle and a need for someone to be right that there wasn't enough like people kind of seeing the other person's perspective or coming from a place of a soft place, a place of like love and openness. And so I feel like, again, it was a lot of like ego clashing here. Okay. A lot of egos clashing, a lot of like needing to be right here, a lot of like cold sort of energy, honestly. There could have been some fights, some arguments, some strife, maybe like a big blow up fight. And so I feel like for a long time, I feel like you might be waiting for some of you Aquarius, like waiting for some kind of an apology to come through. But again, I feel like this is similar to, I forget which sign it was now, but you kind of needing to finally, I feel like after some time here, to finally be the one to come through and be the more stable, mature person in the situation, Aquarius, and just like speak your truth. I think it's time for you to open up because I feel like it's time to kind of rebuild this tower that fell. Anything else on this? Yeah, exactly that. And look what popped out for you, the Fool and the Ace of Pentacles. It's time for a fresh start. It's time to rebuild on a firmer foundation here, okay? Whatever it was before was shaky or it fell, it completely ended. For some of you, this was definitely a divorce situation or some sort of heartbreak or loss in your family, okay? Or in something that you were in a higher level of commitment with. For some of you, it could have been work, but I feel like for a lot of you, it could have been work that caused this ending, maybe stress from work, or maybe you were juggling too much and you weren't really devoting enough time with to the people that you loved. But again, there's a fresh start that needs to happen. And I feel like what Spirit's saying is you need to release like this sort of need to be right or to, like stop waiting for the other person. It's time for you to, I think, to be the bigger person and offer this new beginning and try to rebuild things on more solid and stable ground here. Okay. So if you're holding back because you're on the fence about whether you should speak out about something, like, again, Spirit is like, yes, you need to speak out. You need to, again, release the sense or need to control or hold back or protect oneself. I think it's just, be like a child, take a risk, take a chance on a new beginning here, my Aquarius people. Okay. I understand his middle fingers up. Yeah. Yes, Kenny. Good for you, Kenny. Yes. Be your own authentic self. I mean, we have to get to this point where we realize like life is really freaking short, you guys. Life is short and we cannot live our lives to please other people, regardless of who those people are, regardless if they donated sperm or a womb. At the end of the day, it's your life and you don't want to be, 100 years old looking back being like, oh my gosh, I was never really truly, I never allowed myself the opportunity to be my authentic self, to live my life for me and to do the things that I wanted to and dreamed and hoped for, right? I was constantly just concerned about what other people thought or what they wanted for me, right? And so, at some point you just have to release that other people's expectations for you, that's another release. Other people's hopes and expectations and dreams and aspirations. I was like, y'all aren't me. It's great that you want these things for me, but y'all aren't me. So, okay. It's morphin time. All right, let's see. Now we are on the last one. So until 5 free Fridays. So let's go on to fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Let's see here. I am a Sagittarius moon. So maybe there's some messages from me too. Let's see. Whew. And don't forget to ask a question for 5 free Fridays. All right, Leo. What do my Leo friends need to release? Thank you, Spirit. What do my Leo friends need to release? And you guys, this will go up after we're done with the live. I'm gonna make it private so I can edit out the beginning when I was getting set up and stuff, and then I will put it up tomorrow with timestamps and all of that good stuff, so you guys can go back and watch your sign again if you want to, or your question if you did 5 free Fridays with me. All right, Leos. Ooh, Leo. Woo. Oh, Leo, this is heavy. I was not expecting this for you guys. You got 5 of Swords, Knight of Cups. Came out for you, bottom of the deck, Leo friends. You got the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Wands underneath that. Good Lord. Underneath that, Wheel of Fortune and 2 of Wands. Interesting. 8 of Wands underneath that 2 of Wands. I feel like, Leo, there's a lot of conflict happening here. A lot of conflict, a lot of stress, worry, sleepless nights maybe for some. I feel like what happened for some of you guys is you had this great idea or something that you really were working toward, or dream or vision or goal that you had for your future, especially if this is with regard to career, work. For some of you, it's relationship, or desire to be in a relationship, I should say. But whatever this was, for some of you, it was like creative project or plan. And I feel like you guys were really, really working towards this, but it's sort of like initially the wheel was up here, right? Wheel of Fortune. And then this is also your energy in this Wheel of Fortune, fixed sign energy, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. But then it was like, like the wheel came down, okay? Because right after that, we got 5 of Wands. You might have realized that there was some sort of competition on your road to fulfill your destiny or your dream that caused you a lot of competition, especially if you felt like you were up against it with other people, okay? And it caused a lot of stress, anxiety, worry for you. And I feel like you guys are in this energy of like, you're really tired of the conflict. You're tired of the struggle. You don't want to be on that struggle bus. I feel like it's put you in this down place of like, where I feel like you're almost feeling like you can't really have the thing that your heart so desires, or at least it's kind of tricking your brain into thinking that, or that it's such a struggle for you. It's such a fight to have what it is that your heart desires, whatever that is. That could be anything here with this energy, you guys. For some of you, again, like it's relationship. For some of you, it's career goals or projects or creative passions or visions that you're pursuing. And so it's sort of like, I feel like you've got to this place, friends, where you allow the sense of competition and having to like prove yourself is kind of what I'm feeling here for you guys, more so of like this constant need to prove yourself, this constant need to seek like external approval and validation, this constant need to like be better than the competition or be better than the next person, or to have the better idea, or to have the the inspiration, or to whatever. And I think what's happening is that you guys are like, what's causing this anxiety is this sense of competition, friends. This turning your dreams and your goals and your passions and your creative pursuits into a competition, rather than you just like really embracing the love and the joy and the passion of the pursuit of the project, of what it is that you're getting yourself involved with, instead of making it this like competitive thing. It's like, remember what it is about this thing, that release the sense need to win, or to be right, or to compete, okay, when it comes to what you're pursuing, friends, is what I'm feeling. Release that, release the competitiveness of it. Even if you're in like a really competitive career field, for example, okay? Or say you've got 5 sisters and you're like the one that's single, or 5 brothers and you're the one that's single or whatever, and it's like turned into this, or your besties are all like in a partnership and you're like the one that's like left behind, whatever the fuck it is that's going on external to yourself that's making you in your mind think this is a competition. It's not. The only person you're competing with is yourself. And if this was something, friend, that at one point brought you so much joy and hope for your future, that brought you so much like happiness and joy into your life, like to think about this thing and think about and envision and imagine like where your life's going to be in 10 years. Maybe we're doing a lot of research about this, like really kind of, had all these brilliant ideas and creative ideas. Here's your energy, Sun card with the Page of Wands. Like so much optimism and hope for your future when you thought about this thing. It's like I'm seeing it, friends. It's like at some point it went wah wah. And it looks like at that point when that happened is when you started to stop making it about the passion and the love for this pursuit. And you started, again, looking outside of yourself and turning it into more of a competitive endeavor. So it's like what Spirit's saying, what you need to release is a sense of competing or winning or needing to be right. Like lose that and go back to just pursuing it for the pure pleasure of it, okay? Of seeking it because it makes your heart happy, because it brings you joy, because it brings you fulfillment, because it just like brings a smile to your face, friends. It's like, don't do that. So like if it's not about work or career or things like that, I'm keeping it vague because I want it to be universal, because I feel like this is a strong message for my Leos. If it is about like relationship, and so say you've like been on the apps and you're like it, and that makes the dating process feel like a competition or feels like you're having to fight for the attention of certain people on the app or whatever the fuck it is, then maybe that's not the way that you need to go about it, right? Go back to what it is that you enjoy and like about dating, or like about talking to people, or like about that process. Think about the last time you really enjoyed it, if you ever did, and then think about what you were doing at that time that's different than now, okay? You're too old to find a new one. Wait. Did I finally connect with my sister, the hummingbird, last night? I said I wish a bird would knock some sense into my boyfriend, and 12 hours later a hummingbird came to peck him in the head. Are you for real, Kenny? Is that a true story? You asked to connect with your sister, the hummingbird, and then a hummingbird actually knocked your boyfriend in the head? Hey, Macarena. Kenny, you're funny. I don't know what is going on over there. You're trying to get me to sing the Macarena? I don't know if I want to sing the Macarena, dude. But that hummingbird story is crazy. I mean, I'd say, yeah, that seems like a sign, right? What tarot card should you get next? Oh, good question. A VJ for Much Music? Which one? Which VJ, or just in general? I remember Much Music. I lived in Boston for a while when I was in college. I went to a school out there for a bit, and they got Much Music because we were so close to Canada. We got Much Music. Hey, Miss P. We are almost through the signs. Whoa. Some of y'all need to walk away from whatever is not rewarding or fulfilling. What do you need to release? Anything that does not spark joy, friends. Some of you need to do a purge and throw away everything that doesn't spark joy in your life, and that includes people. I'm just saying. That's for everybody, okay? Just little message came out. I really like that. That's a really good thing to do. You guys, just FYI, is take inventory of everything in your life. I know this is, what's that lady's name on that with the Netflix show? It's her thing, but honestly, you guys, it is really good advice. You look at something, you think about it. If it doesn't spark joy, chuck it. It's a like incredible experience. I tell you what, this weekend, if y'all don't have plans and y'all sitting at home, do that. Do that. That's a good full moon activity of releasing, because the more you actually can lighten your load in general, the better you feel, you guys. There's something really to that, sort of a more minimalist approach to life. Okay. Yeah, which VJ from Much Music? Okay. I don't know about this Macarena. All right, let's do it. I will tell you about tarot cards after I finish my fire signs, okay? Which ones I like and recommend, and give you some advice and tips on picking out a tarot deck. I should do like a reel or a TikTok on that, or a YouTube short, since we're on the YouTube platform. All right, let's do this. I'm feeling Sagittarius next. I usually do them last, but let's do it. What do Sagittarius people need to release right now? What do Sagittarius people need to release right now? Okay. Well, that is very interesting for you all, my Sagittarius people. I tell you what, some of you all, this is for everybody. Some people are having a very hard time letting go of the past in order to allow the new to come in. A lot of you have had aces showing up pretty prominently in these readings. And the thing is like underneath all of those aces is like this struggle for a lot of you guys. It's like the change is coming. It's here. But a lot of people I feel like are having a really hard time embracing that change or the new that's trying to come through. So this is good. This releasing is good and it's necessary, y'all. So you got Ace of Cups, Sagittarius, High Priestess, the Hierophant. It's better when I go on this side, huh, to see the cards. And then on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, and here's that pesky Queen of Swords and Judgment, and the King of Swords underneath that. Lord have mercy. So, Saggy. I feel like, again, like this message came up for other folks. I feel like you guys really, some of you really need to be listening and tune into spirit and into your higher power here, okay? A lot of you are not really, I feel like, being guided in this season by your spirit. A lot of you are trying to make decisions and moves up from this space, okay, rather than your intuition and your spirit guide. So I feel like you guys need to sort of, again, this is about releasing that sense of control, or this feeling like we have more control than we do of our situations and circumstances. We do, okay? But at the same time, there's like this need to kind of balance that with releasing control to spirit, because I feel like spirit, you got the High Priestess and the Hierophant. These are the two most spiritual cards in the tarot, right? And then you've got the Ace of Cups, and it's sort of like, I feel like spirit, Saggies, is trying to gift you something here in this season. And I feel like right now you guys are making decisions that are coming from an intellectual space rather than, and from an ego space, right? Rather than really, really listening to your inner voice and your inner guide. I feel like there are parts of yourself that you really are trying to and needing to shed in this season. Some internal conflicts, I feel like, as well within yourself. Again, releasing, because I feel like you guys you have a tendency, it looks like, to kind of be so much in this space and an ego that really living in that space is creating more conflict within yourself, and it's creating more anxiety. It's creating, this mental sort of energy of conflict, of anxiety, of worry, of fear, okay? And I feel like for some of you, there could be like a lot of options trying to come through for you. Like you might be sensing and knowing that this change is needing to occur. There's some shit from the past that you guys really need to release, and I feel like is leaving you in this season. But again, there's a sense of you making decisions and judgment calls from a mental space and from an ego space rather than from really listening to spirit. And I feel like it's like some of you really need to reconnect, I feel like, with a higher power, your higher power here. Let's see. Please clarify the High Priestess as what? Because I feel like also with this High Priestess energy, you guys, in your efforts to try to figure things out intellectually, you're not really seeing, things are clouded because you're not really tuned into spirit, right? So I feel like in order for you to really see this new that is coming, again, need for you to really like work on living more in the 5D than trying to solve everything in the 3D, if that makes sense. If you guys understand what I'm saying with that. Really, really focus on your spiritual walk here. What is, because I feel like that's where this new is going to be revealed, or this choice that some of you might be trying to make. That's where the answer is going to lie in terms of knowing what's the right decision to make, what's the right path for me to take, what's resonating for me. You can't figure that out here. You got to figure that out again. And it's learning to be guided by spirit. Please clarify this High Priestess for my Sagittarius people and what they need to release. Please clarify this High Priestess for my Sagittarius people and what they need to release. Okay. Please clarify the Hierophant for my Sagittarius people. The Three of Swords came out. Yes, keeping faith, right. Please clarify the Hierophant. Woo. Seven of Swords in reverse. So yeah, there's some truth there's some truth that spirit is really trying to reveal to you, okay? And I feel like for some of you, you're not seeing it right now because again, you're in this space, you're up here, you're doing all this, instead of really quieting yourselves and listening to spirit. Now, the Three of Swords is clarifying this High Priestess, okay? For some of you, you might be having a hard time letting go or releasing a situation where you were heartbroken. For some of you, this has to do with someone that was lying, deceiving you, cheating for some. And I feel like there's an element here of needing to really forgive, especially if this was someone you were in a higher level of commitment with. I feel like also there's this energy of you really needing to forgive and release that past hurt and pain that you might be holding on to for some of you. Okay, which again is similar to another reading that we did earlier, right? Of being in protective mode, like maybe that hurt and pain put you in this protective mode. And so you're making decisions out of here and it's making you kind of be in this colder energy rather than really softening your heart and listening, enabling yourself to listen to intuition and trusting and having faith, like Miss P said, having faith that there is something new and beautiful that's coming for you, okay? And you're not seeing it, I feel like, because the reason is because you're still holding on to this old pain, right? And so I feel like you, really, really needing to seek guidance and truth and clarity from spirit here and just release that old stuff. Because again, I feel like new is trying to come through for you. You could have more than one option, especially if this is with regard to like a love situation. There's a lot of wand energy, so it could be another Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. It could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. Taurus prominently, very prominently. And also Pisces energy too. It's so funny. Like, this is the thing that happens, you guys. This is why it's so good to do to do the healing work, to do the shadow work as well, because what happens is when we have these adverse experiences, the tendency then is to not go within, it's to be up here and try to then logically, because that's a way that we sort of protect ourselves, right? To logically make sense of things, or to go into our head space and sort of like intellectualize our feelings rather than allow ourselves to really feel our feelings and express them and release emotionally what we need to release. Because when you can really do that, when you can allow yourself to release emotionally what it is that you need to release, it softens you up, right? And otherwise we tend to just like go up in here, right? And then like, oh, I can't trust my heart because it hurt me before. So I'm going to intellectualize my emotions. You can't intellectualize your emotions, friends. That's to just like allow yourself. Hey, Faith Noella, hi. That's to just like allow yourself to fully release, to lean into what it is you're feeling, even if it feels shitty in the moment, because you'll feel better in the end. I hope this is all making sense to everybody. All right, last one, and then we're gonna do 5 free Fridays real quick. All right, so we are now doing my we did Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. All right, Aries. What do my Aries friends need to release? What do my Aries friends need to release? Okay. Man, some of y'all all up in your head tonight, man. You got King of Swords, Page of Swords. Oh yeah, Kenny, I can't forget your question. 2 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, 5 of Swords underneath that. So I feel like, again, this is someone who's holding back communication. I feel like you might be making a decision about whether or not to speak to somebody, to come forward, come toward them to try to speak or to have in the beginning here. I feel like some of you might be trying to make a decision, but you're feeling mentally conflicted again and trying to make this decision. So for some of you, you might be doing a lot of research or trying to, again, figure things out or intellectualize things with regard to this. Because it feels like there was an ending and a new beginning is wanting to come through here for you, but it's going to require a conversation that I feel like some of you guys are trying to avoid because you're trying to avoid conflict. So what do we need to release is the question. Please clarify this King of Swords. For some of you, this is needing to release. Let's go back to the very simplest explanation, right? A Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's very strong Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here for you, my Aries people. For some of you, again, you're very closed off. What's going on? Please clarify this King of Swords is what my Aries people need to release. Please clarify this King of Swords is what my Aries people need to release. Yeah, I was going to say you guys, I was going to say you feel, oh no, you can scroll back for Libra, Faith. I'm also going to have this up tomorrow with timestamps if you missed it. But you can also scroll back. Yeah, I was feeling like you guys are very closed off. And as I was saying that, here comes the 4 of Swords to clarify the King of Swords. Some of you might be trying to manifest a new home. 10 of Pentacles, Magician. But what is this about? Please clarify the Page of Swords as what my Aries people need to release. Please clarify the Page of Swords is what my Aries people need to release. 6 of Swords. Yeah, as I was saying, new home, some of you might be trying to move. So this is a different message, but similar-ish energy. I feel like you guys are really, again, withdrawn in the season, really focusing on building yourselves up in your own inner strength. And maybe that's why you don't want to deal with, if it is about a conversation with a person that needs to be had, some of you might be avoiding that because you're kind of in your own strength right now and you're kind of feeling yourselves and you're feeling good. I feel like something did come to an end and a new cycle is beginning here for you and you know it. And for some of you, if you're closed off and someone's trying to come toward you to start a fight, oh my gosh, I just got this song in my head. Oh, na 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 na. It's the Pink song. I want to start a fight. Na 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 na. I want to start a fight, or whatever. Like, I feel like you guys don't. You're trying to avoid that. You're trying to avoid any kind of conflict or ending here. Like, you're trying to move away from that toward calmer, clearer waters, friends. So you're holding your tongues. I feel like. So forgive me. Because Aries people, even though I feel like there's a stubbornness to this energy and you're really closed off and really holding yourselves in and being very cold, I feel like I'm kind of on your side with it. I'm going to say, I feel like it's for good reason. I feel like it's very much for good reason, because I feel like you are feeling much better now than you were before. Okay. This new cycle has got you feeling a lot more confident and strong in your own energy. So I feel like if there's any ego tendency though right now, if I feel like you've set boundaries and you're kind of closed off and there's something that you're not allowing other people to see. So again, like be a little bit careful that you're not blind to anything that's good that's trying to come through for you in this season because of old wounds that maybe you've been holding on to for a really long time. So I'd say this, my Aries friends, I mean, I think stay in this energy, but stay in this energy in an effort to heal. Okay. If you're pulled back your energy from other people and you're moving on and you're moving away and you're kind of holding your tongue because you want to avoid conflict, and some of you are literally moving, I see Aries. But regardless of that, I see you working on your own abundance and your strength. Do that, but also continue to work towards your healing. I feel like some of you do have some old grudges and some old stuff that you're holding on to from the past. And it's not allowing like new, for some of you, it's new love. It's not allowing like new love into your life. You're not really opening your heart space in this season. If anything, it feels like you're going the opposite direction. And this was happening for some other signs too, where in this effort and energy to protect yourselves, you're also closing yourselves off from new opportunities, from new love, from new things, new energies that are trying to come into your life. So keep working on that healing, friends, because the last thing I want to see for you guys is for you guys to be in this great energy of like, yes, I'm like taking charge back of my life. I'm moving forward. But then at the same time, doing so in this energy where you're so closed off from new to come through. That could potentially be really beautiful and really, really good for you. And I don't want you guys to miss the new that is good, okay? Because you're not able to really fully release the old, okay? And allow yourselves to fully heal. So, oh, is that your Aries crush? Yes. Keep your options open. It's good to be open. Like, what's the saying is like, you know, if you're trying to manifest all this great stuff coming into your life, but your hands are like this, you know, you're like, please God, I really want XYZ thing to come into my life. But you're like, as you're praying, your like hands are like this, but I'm guarded and I'm protecting myself because I wanted this other thing before and I couldn't have it. So like, I want it, but I want it, but it's like, you're never going to get it. You have to be open. And the only way to really allow yourself to be open is to truly heal. Yes. Right. It's like, have you ever tried to give someone something and you're like, here, and they just like stand there and look at you and you're like, here, and you're like, take the damn thing. I'm trying to bless you. And they're like, just staring at you like, you're like, yeah. Take it. And I feel like for a lot of you guys in these readings tonight, it's like spirit is like literally, I saw for almost all of the signs, aces, new things coming through, new energy, fresh energy, change. But it's like for a majority of the signs, it was like on this like sort of two swords mode, like I'm at the crossroads, and a lot of us are at the crossroads, you guys, of the past and the future right now. And we're sitting here in this present moment, closing out old cycles, ushering in change and transformation into our lives, especially now as we're ending the Scorpio season. And it's like, I see it all coming for you guys, but there's a portion of us all that we know this, but we're having a really hard time leaving the nest, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So you got to like get ready, you guys. It's time for us to fly. So dry those wings off, friends. Don't get too comfy in that nest, y'all. Remember, there's thorns in there. There's thorns in there. All right, cool. Yes, right? But hey, Shelly. Hey, all right. It is time. We made it to 5 free Fridays. Woo! All right. I'm trying to figure out who asked the first question. I feel like it had to be like, oh, I think it was are you still, who's still in this chat? We did have Westminster wanted to know about abundance coming towards them. And Miss P, okay, and Faith and Shelly, okay. Kenny, Miss Faith. I don't know why I call you Miss Faith. Miss Faith and Miss P. Everyone's Miss or Miss some tonight. Go ahead and ask your question in the chat, friends. And Kenny, was that hummingbird question? Was that a question about your sister? Was that an actual question? Kenny, if you're still here, let me know. You guys, if you asked the question earlier, can you put it in again? I apologize for that, but I had to scroll back too much and I'm not sure. Oh, thank you for that, Miss P. Okay. Did your crush misunderstand your last conversation? What was he expecting you to say? You're Capricorn and he lives in a different city. Okay. Okay. Why did the Leo or El Rey ghost me? Uh-oh. All right. Don't like when people do that. You guys, no one needs to ghost anybody. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. It's like, just talk, just communicate. I'm so big on communication. It's so frustrating when people just can't be grown-ups and communicate. All right. Ooh, let's do it. Westminster, are you here? Let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Miss P because I know she's here. You're 19 and he is 21. He's old enough to know better. Yeah, exactly. Come on now. Thank you. See, you still got a teen on your age and you know better than 21-year-old. Messed up. All right, let's do this. Miss P. I'm going to shuffle your energy in here. Yeah, tell if you need space. You can do that. I'm going to say, I just need some time for myself or whatever. S. Libras are mature. Is that a joke? Are you serious? Having fun. Libras are mature. No, I love you all Libras. Like I said, my brother's a Libra. I have a cousin who's a Libra, and Libras are cool people. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I like them. Okay. Miss P, let's see. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Pentacles. Uh-oh. Someone might be feeling they are amazing. But you're open-minded about everything in life. Yeah, I find that with Libras. They're very open-minded folks. Very, very much so. Queen of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. Ooh, someone that feels like might feel rejected in the situation. Would you say your crush was he lives in a different city? You're Capricorn. I've got Queen of Cups energy here. So this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It doesn't have to be about that. It could just be about that energy, which is a very loving energy. And it looks like there's I also have Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy here. It feels like someone feels rejected or left out in the cold. Like someone's love wasn't received well. Seems like someone was really trying to manifest, trying to build something here. But again, this does feel like an ego type of issue going on where someone someone allowed their ego maybe to get in the way or need to be right or wanting to be right about a situation, causing some sort of conflict, where someone felt like they had to sort of set boundaries here. But this is like, there's good energy. And then all of a sudden we get the 5 of Pentacles here, where it's like someone feels rejected or left out in the cold. So let's see, what did Miss P's crush understand? What can you tell me about Miss P's crush? And what does he want from her? What does he want from this connection? I'm going to ask it that way, Miss P. That's okay. What does Miss P's crush want from this connection? Interesting. It does feel like he does want to communicate with you. I think there might be a fear of either competition or a fear that this could turn into some sort of strife. Okay. I do feel like there are feelings here. Okay. I wish I knew what his sign was. Let me know if you know what his sign is. Okay, Shelly, got you, friend. So you got the Knight of Swords, pardon me. The 10 of Pentacles. Here comes my other cat. Oh, Lord. All right. Temperance, which is major arcana for Sagittarius. But then on the bottom here, we've got this 5 of Wands energy, the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, the 8 of Swords with the 10 of Cups underneath that. So, Aries Sun and Pisces Moon. Okay. So it feels like there's a sort of push-pull energy here. I feel like there are definitely feelings here, okay? And the feelings could potentially be very mutual, but I feel like somebody here is hesitant to really give themselves fully to this connection. And it feels like they're kind of up in their head about this. There's a lot of internal struggle going on. And it feels like he potentially does want long-term commitment here with the Temperance and the 10 of Pentacles being here. But I feel like it feels like two things could be happening. Like one person could be trying to rush this connection a little bit more than the other. Okay, because Temperance and 10 of Pentacles, it's like someone wanting to build over the long term to heal something, to have something that's going to be long term and stable in this connection. Yeah, okay, that's what I wanted to say, Miss P, but I didn't want to call you out like that. Because then you got on this like very patient, wanting to build something slowly over time. On the other end of that, you got this Knight of Swords energy, which is like moving very quickly, rushing in very quickly, right? And I feel like that's kind of what's happening here. It feels like this connection is fairly new, but it feels like, although this connection is fairly new, it feels like it's kind of like heating up very quickly, or someone is trying to sort of push it to heat up very quickly. It feels like someone might feel a little bit pressured, if that makes sense. Like one person's just more slow moving than the other. I do feel like, again, like I said, there are mutual feelings here. The distance could be a little bit of a problem. Maybe that's causing it a little bit of a hot and cold type of energy where maybe it wouldn't exist if you guys lived in the same vicinity, if that makes sense. But I do feel like this person wants to communicate. I feel like he wants to continue communicating with you. And I do feel like there are also feelings, but I feel like he feels a little bit maybe boxed in or rushed in to a commitment too quickly. It's not that he doesn't want it. I just feel like it feels like it went from like 0 to 100 real quick. You know what I'm saying? No, okay. Yeah, it just feels like that. It feels like I feel this sense of like urgency or pressure. You know, I feel like I'm feeling, because when I pick up on other people's energy, it's like I feel it as if I'm experiencing it. So it's sort of like the way that I feel when I'm like trying to get ready to go somewhere, because I have a tendency to be late. Okay, that's one of my problems. And so it's like I'm trying to get ready to go somewhere, and it's like I hear like the car horn outside, like beep beep, like come on, like get in the car, like it's time to go. And I'm like, I'm trying to get ready. I'm trying, and it's like I want to go and get in the car with y'all, but like I'm not done getting ready yet. And that's how it feels. Does that make sense, Miss P? Um, here's a place 20 minutes earlier. That's funny. So you're the opposite. Actually the distance scares me, so yeah, I do see the distance being potential problem here. But that's the way I think that he might be feeling. Okay, if that's not your energy, I feel like he feels that way, sort of like he's trying to get ready and the car horn is honking outside. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Okay, Shelly, got you, friend. So that's what it feels like. I feel like he there's definitely feelings, but he feels rushed. Okay. He feels rushed. Anything else on what Miss P's person is feeling currently? How is he feeling right now? Ooh, okay. Oh, okay, girl. Well, it's not bad. It's good. Like I said, I think that you guys are on the same page. Like you want the same things. It's just that in his mind, I feel like it's still like new, okay? And he wants to grow it. And I think you're already wanting to be at this 10 of Pentacles and he's at the Ace of Pentacles. You see what I mean? You all want the same thing, but it's totally different paces at totally different paces. Oh, thanks, girl. Thank you, Faith. Oh, you're back. Okay, Kenny, cool. Let me know if you had a question. I get your questions in for 5 free Fridays. So how he's feeling about you? King of Wands. This is his energy, because didn't you say he's Aries? Aries sun. Yeah, Aries sun. So King of Pentacles, King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. So again, he's passionate about this. He wants to start something with you, but he's wants it to grow over time. Page of Cups. I feel like he wants to have a conversation with you. I do feel like, there is potential for long-term happiness and commitment here, okay, with this person, but I think you have to kind of allow things to progress much more at a much more slow pace, okay, than where you're at right now, okay. I'm seeing some kind of weird energy underneath all this. I don't know if you've experienced like been in a relationship in the past where someone, or maybe he has, this could be him, where someone cheated or lied or they were deceptive, okay, or they were juggling them with another person, and maybe that might be why he wants to be moved more slowly, if that's him. I think so too. He wants to talk about something, but we both are like avoiding the subject. I got you. Yeah. Yeah, that's him. Okay. So that's why I think he's taking his time with this. I think he wants to be really, really sure. Um, but so just give him time, because I feel like, again, I feel like he definitely he wants something here, but it's like for him in his mind, it's like it's just the beginning, okay? Just the beginning. So yes, definitely exercise some patience. If you guys have had some words, just be soft and gentle with him, because I feel like he's been burned. It looked like he'd been burned really bad in the past, like really bad. Okay. So thank you, Miss P. All right, Faith. Thank you, friend. Thank you so much for watching, Miss P, and for talking and chatting with us. So exciting. And yeah, definitely follow on Instagram if you'd like to. And I'm also on TikTok now too, although I'm still like learning TikTok and all that. But I'm at My Taropist on all the things, at My Taropist. Oh, thank you, Faith. Okay. Yeah, you too, shall I know, right? Have patience. Have patience. I sang that song for one of the signs earlier. It's so true. It's hard sometimes. It's hard. Oh, thank you, Miss P. You're so sweet. Oh, yeah, please do. I like watching other people's readings too. I'll do that too. All right, so we got Miss P now. Faith Noella. I love your name, by the way. It's a very beautiful name. And then we got Shelly after that. Can make sure you get your question in. The VJ was a Sarah, I think. Oh my god. Oh wow, from the late 90s. Aw. Okay, I'm going to look up Sarah from Much Music. I apparently have a doppelganger out there somewhere in Canada. All right. So Faith Noella. Yeah. That's such good advice, Faith. It's always good to take your time, always be friends first, so you can always have the bond. That is so true. It's so true. I think people sometimes rush the romantic. And to be honest, you guys, like, let me say this. I feel like it's so important to have platonic friends of the opposite gender as well. So important. I think we downplay that in our society. We're always like thinking of like, oh, is this person someone that I could have a potential romance with? And we don't often think of like, well, or the same gender, whichever your preference, wherever you are on the spectrum of sexuality and whatnot, or what have you. You know what I mean? It's always important to have platonic friends. Platonic friendship is really valuable, and we learn so much from people that way. I think it's like, I don't know where we got and like twisted sometimes, where we think like the highest level of relationship we can be in is a romantic relationship. I don't think that's necessarily true. So it's like saying someone's value is only is dependent upon like whether you want to fuck them or not. It's like people are more valuable than the sum of their body parts. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm sorry. I deserve to spill water on myself for that. Okay. But it's true. It's true. Okay. Faith Noella. Oh, Sunny. Okay. Let me not forget you, Sunny. Okay. Oh no, that was Shelly. Where's Faith's question? Why did Leo or El Rey ghost me? Okay. Why did Leo or El Rey? Yes. Why did Leo or El Rey ghost Faith? Let us find out. Woo. Honestly, girl. Ghost him back. A. You did. Okay. I'm gonna have water stain on me it's not a stain really, it's just water. Here comes Mr. Bojangles again, you guys. He's just gonna sit there. Okay. T H. Okay, Faith. Let's see what's going on with the Leo. Girl. You got no answer again? Yeah, don't you hate see, he's playing some games, girl. He's playing some games. I don't like that. I don't like when people play games like that. No, sir. No, sir. Here comes Bo. All right. Why did the Leo or El Rey ghost Faith? Whoa, that was quick. Lots of cards came out for you. Oh my. Honestly, remind me what your Faith, you're no, which sign are you again, Faith? Remind me. Apologies for that. He came forward too. Yep, that's what happens. But then you don't want to get into this thing where you're all playing games with each other, you know? You're a Libra. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Honestly, this feels a little sketch to me. I don't know if I'm liking his energy. I'm not gonna I definitely not liking his energy. Okay. So you got the Moon card. You got Queen of Wands, 10 of Cups, the Devil, the Four of Wands, and then on the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Swords. So, Three of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and Three of Swords underneath that Seven of Swords. I feel like he might not be being completely honest about whether or not he's involved with another person. I hate to say that, friends, but that's just the truth. I didn't want to say that. That was my intuition was speaking to me first, especially when I looked at this Queen of Wands and the Moon. It looked like he might be hiding another person or another like sexual relationship. It could be more than that though, with this 10 of Cups being here and the Four of Wands. But then when I saw this energy down here on the bottom of the deck, and then the Six of Pentacles even underneath that, the Seven of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. It looks like he's juggling you potentially with another relationship that he might be in. And so he's not, he isn't. You went over not too long ago and he had his messenger deleted. He isn't what? He had his messenger deleted and then he re-downloaded it when you left. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there might be another person in the picture. It doesn't necessarily mean like he's in like a serious relationship. If anything, it looks like maybe it's more sexual relationship with somebody else. But that's kind of what it's looking like, honestly. There's something he's not telling you. He's not being fully honest about something. Let's see. Please clarify this Moon card. I'm going to clarify the major arcanas on here. Please clarify the Devil. Yeah, Ace of Wands. So it feels like so the Wheel of Fortune came out to clarify the Moon card and to clarify the Devil, the Ace of Wands. So this again looks like again like something to do with like a potential like other sexual relationship. Please clarify, who's this Queen of Wands? Who is this Queen of Wands? This could be his energy. Three of Cups. Yeah, to clarify the Queen of Wands, friends, the Three of Cups. So it feels very much like third party energy. It feels very strongly like third party energy. It could be a situation, to be honest with you, especially if it's like a commitment that he's in with somebody else, which I don't know if it feels necessarily like a commitment, but it does feel like it's somebody that he's trying. It feels more like a sexual thing. Okay. So it feels like maybe a friends with benefits type of connection or something like that. But it does feel like he is interested in you. It's not like I don't think he's interested in you. I do think he is. But the problem is I feel like he's juggling you with potentially at least one other person. And I think that whomever this other person is that he's been involved with, it could have been going on longer than the connection with you, which is why he's maybe having a hard time kind of getting out of it. Okay. You slept with him and you're very disgusted now. Oh, girl. She's a Felicia. Stop. Yeah, girl. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't want it to be like that. Like, I do feel like, it's not like he's not interested in you, friends. Does he know that you might be pregnant? What does El Rey or this Leo guy want with Faith, in this connection with Faith? What does this guy want in this connection with Faith? Sorry, this is gonna go a little bit long. I'm cutting off at the last people. So Sunny, Kenny, Shelly, and then we're gonna end the 5 free Fridays there, because I'm feeling the need to go a little bit deeper with some of you guys now. He really likes the sexual connection with you. Okay, Magician, 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands as a reader is oftentimes the sexy time card, and there's a lot of sexual energy in this reading. So I do think that he definitely does enjoy that aspect of the connection. This feels like, is this long distance in some way? Or you guys might not be living like right close up on each other, but it does feel like that's primarily his focus in this connection. When you leave, it changes. Yeah. Girl, I hate to say it, but I think that it's because there's somebody else. Like, when you're there, his focus is on you. His attention is on you. He likes to be with you. He definitely likes having sex with you. That's pretty clear at this reading, okay? That's for sure. And there is definitely, I feel like, feelings there too. Like, there's emotion as well. It's not all like that. But again, I just don't think that you're the only one that he's entertaining. You know, I think it kind of feels like he wants to have his cake and eat it too a little bit. You haven't seen him in about 2 weeks. Yeah. Right now, he just really wants to have more sex with you. He's trying to manifest another encounter. Okay, friends. He also does really want to talk to you. Okay. So you're definitely going to hear from this guy again. It's up to you if you want to entertain this. If he is being hot and cold with you, and there is a potential that he's, concealing other encounters that he's experiencing or other people he's talking to, or more than talking to, that's really up to you, friend. Is that really, really what you want? It sounds like it's not what you want. So I feel like you deserve better than that, Yeah, I'm so sorry, friend. How honest is this guy? How honest is this Leo El Rey person? His own card came out, Leo. Hanged Man underneath that. Please clarify. Oops. Yeah, I honestly think that he really, really wants to talk with you. Okay, he really does. And I feel like to be honest, if there's somebody else, and I'm not saying this to give you false hope, because I'm not getting good energy initially off of this guy in this reading. I really don't. But I do feel like, I think I was starting to say this before, if there's somebody else that he's dealing with, I feel like you're the one that he really wants in the long term. The problem is, I think that you're not the only one right now. Okay, if that makes sense. But what I do see is that in the long term, that this guy definitely does want to have a commitment and wants to settle down. I see that energy here. Got 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Strength card, Queen of Pentacles. But I feel like he's got to overcome some like immature-ish behavior. He's got to grow up a little bit here, is what I'm seeing. I feel like in time, he will grow up. I mean, he's going from the Fool to the Emperor to the King of Pentacles here. Like, in time, he will mature and grow up, and I feel like he will be a good husband, a good father, is what I'm seeing for his future. He really does have that potential to build with somebody over time. But right now, the energy that he's in, I don't feel like he is being completely forthcoming about all of his extracurriculars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's not ready now. He's in a more immature sex space, sort of like leading with that energy. Okay, friend, fulfilling his lusts and passions and desires. He's in that energy. He's in that space right now. over time, I see him being more mature and settling down and being a good partner for somebody. But like, do you want to wait for that? Because what if that's 10 years from now? Do you know what I mean? That's like, we're talking in the future. I do feel though, yeah, I mean, it's just childish. You want to have a face-to-face conversation with him. Yeah, I feel you. Oh yeah, girl, I told you he's attracted to you. He's trying to manifest, like he wants to get it on with you, girl. He wants to see you and talk to you and all the things. But again, like I said, I think he's juggling a little bit right now. I don't think he's ready to settle down at this moment. Okay. He's gonna be there someday, but you know, it's sort of like, is that good enough for you right now? Caught him with natural beauty. Aw. Girl, I'm sure you're very beautiful inside and out. Okay. Yeah, I think yeah. I don't know, girl. It's like I feel like you're not the only one, but hey, InfroStorm. Even if they're not actually doing things, I think that there's, he might be talking to other folks. You know what I'm saying? So it's what do you want? He definitely into you, but there's a lot of immature energy coming from him. Okay. But you still keep your options open. That's the best thing to do in situations like that, honestly. I mean, you guys are still young and all. I think just like truly keep your options open. It sounds like he's keeping his open. So maybe stay, in that energy. Maybe over time, if you guys continue to talk and kick it and whatnot, it does look like eventually he could be a very good partner and be a long-term lasting thing. But I just don't know if you want to put all your eggs in that basket right now, because that basket looks a little unclean. I don't know. Unclean. I don't know how else to say it. I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think he's young and immature, or just immature in general at this time, having his fun, sowing his wild oats before he settles down, because he does look like he's going to settle down. Oh no, Kenny, did you ask a question? Yeah, you the bomb, Faith, like Kenny said. Kenny, get a question in. I'm going to timestamp these and put them up. So if your battery dies and you have to get off, you can still come back later, watch the replay on the channel, and get your question answered. I don't want you to miss out, Kenny. You've been so great, and I so appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you. I think that's all for right now, Faith. That's all for right now. But if you want to do, like, I do personal readings if you want. Yeah, put your question in there, Kenny, if you have one. InfroStorm, just put a question. It's 5 free Fridays, so put a question in the chat and I will answer your question. I'm going to do Shelly's next. So Faith, if you want to go deeper with him or things keep progressing more, I highly recommend my You versus Them reading. It goes a lot deeper. And this is not just me trying to sell a reading. It's like, I mean, this is what I do. So, so definitely check out my website, mytaropist.com, Faith. And if you're interested in a 3-question reading or You versus Them reading, or the other one, the longer one, let me know. You can send a request through the website. And that gets you covered. I'm also going to be offering Faith a really good discount to all of my Instagram subscribers coming up for Thanksgiving week. So definitely follow on Instagram at My Taropist if you're not already. And I'll be posting about that in stories next week, probably sometime. There's also a new client special if you want to do that too. So, but these are meant to be just like super quick. I'm already taking like way more time with these than I should. But yeah, definitely look into the You versus Them reading, Faith. That will go a a lot more deeper than I can go in these little one question readings. Okay, friend? You're so welcome. Okay, so Shelly wants to know about Scott. Shelly, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to find your question, Shelly. Hi, Geeta. Hi. Hey, everybody. Yeah, so just ask your question. InfroStorm, want to join in 5 free Fridays. I did an all signs reading right before this. You can scroll back and watch your sign. This will also go up tomorrow at some point, probably in the afternoon, with timestamps. And so then you can go back and watch it then if you want to get your sign. But right now we're doing 5 free Fridays. So 5 free one question readings. So put your question in the chat if you want to join in. It's free. Shelly, let's get you in here. Shelly. Oh, Sunny also. Okay, Sunny, will W and I progress towards something, or is all hope lost? Sunny, I got you, friends. What's Scott's intentions? And was he reconnecting? Wait. What Scott's intentions was reconnecting with me. Okay. Got you. All right. Shelly and then Sunny. What are the names of your guides? Oh, friend. Yeah, I don't do Tarot doesn't really do questions like that, like names. Or like somebody asked earlier for specific numbers. I don't do like that because I'm not like a psychic or medium. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. So questions that have like specific like pronouns or not pronouns, but like actual like names of people or places or specific numbers, I don't really go in that direction. But if you want to know something about your guides, like the characteristics or qualities or things like that, we can do that, friend. So let me know if that works out for you. Okay. Yeah. But thank you for that. Oh, okay. And Shelly, I got your update on yours. Okay, cool. Or not Shelly, Sunny. All right, Shelly, let's do you real quick. All right. What were his intentions with reconnecting with Shelly? Good question. S. H. E. O. Y. Okay. All right, Shelly. Let's get it. Shelly. Okay. Oh, wow. On the bottom of the deck, you have Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So this looks like someone who is commitment-minded. It looks like, okay, I'm going to ask your question. Just from what I'm seeing on the bottom of the deck, it looks like somebody thought of you, like this is energy of someone that thought of you fondly, that there was an attraction, particularly a sexual attraction, perhaps to you. I think this person might be a little bit confused about whether or not they see you as potential for like wifey potential, if that makes sense. But I feel like they also wanted to have a new cycle with you. Things ended before, it maybe ended in someone being rejected or someone's feelings being hurt or a loss of some kind. So I feel like they wanted to have a new beginning. I feel like they were a little bit in this energy of being confused about whether or not they just wanted this to be a sexual thing or whether they saw you being potential for like long-term commitment here. Okay. Whether you're marriage material or like sexy time material, if that makes sense, you know? But I feel like they kind of thought of you very fondly. They wanted to have a new beginning here. I think that you bring them some sort of happiness. So if this person was in a place where they were feeling really down and out, Okay. And they're wanting to have this new beginning. They were feeling like maybe something didn't quite go the way that they had hoped or wanted to, Wheel of Fortune underneath that, or something, or another connection maybe that they had put some energy into maybe ended. Then I feel like they were kind of like, it's almost like I'm hearing sort of almost like rebound energy. But I feel like there was potential. I think you kind of brighten them up and brighten their day and bring them some joy. And I think they were kind of in a place of like really wanting some joy in their lives. And so I feel like there was a part of them though that thought like this could be the beginning of a new commitment or a new relationship. So what happened? What went awry? Let's see. What were Scott's initial intentions for reconnecting with Shelly? What were Scott's intentions with connecting with Shelly? Yeah, okay. Honestly, I think a lot of it was sort of to rebuild his strength here. The Fool and the Strength card came out. So I think, and then underneath that is Five of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. I feel like he was he was a little bit conflicted. Like it feels like he wanted to have a new beginning with you, to have a fresh start. Again, I feel like I don't know if you blocked him in the past or made him feel like rejected, or maybe you rejected him or blocked him in the past, or vice versa. I think there's a strong attraction that he has toward you. I think in the past he walked away from either a part of himself that he had to transform and heal from, or like not heal from, but like I feel like he was going through sort of an internal transformation, or there was something in his life that was transforming, right? I feel like he was trying to get that's what it is. So it feels like he was had to walk away from something. It left him feeling dejected. It left him feeling less than. I feel like he was trying to get his ego sort of not ego. It doesn't feel like it's coming from an icky place. It's more of like he needed to rebuild his sense of self-confidence, his sense of self-worth. And I think that you were somebody that he really like kind of always like brought him some sort of joy or happiness into his life. And also I feel like he really wanted to have a new beginning with you. I feel like though there was this energy of feeling a little bit conflicted. And once again, I'm seeing this as I was in the bottom of the deck energy as to whether or not he could really commit to this connection, or whether or not this was just sort of like a fun fling sort of thing. I think he didn't even know initially going into it. Okay. If that makes sense. But I feel like a lot of this was for him. He is experiencing like a new beginning in his life. He was starting some sort of a new chapter, a new journey in his life. And this was part of his process of regaining his strength, if that makes sense. So, okay. What are his intentions now? What are Scott's intentions now with Shelly? Where is he at now with this? It feels like rebound energy. I don't know why. Like a little bit like rebound, but not in a malicious way. It's not like I don't feel this energy of him using you. I think he didn't really know what he wanted. He just knew that he needed to kind of get his mojo back. And I feel like you were somebody that he thought of fondly, and he really kind of, like someone that made him happy. And I think he was really this strong energy of like, I was feeling kind of shit about myself. And like, I knew you would make me feel better, what does he want now? It looks like he does want to come see you or talk to you. It's taking a really long time. Like communication is taking a really long time, or like him coming toward you is taking a really, really long time. Okay. Because we've got the Chariot underneath that, Seven of Pentacles, slow. This is also sort of like a waiting process. Okay. The Chariot, the Eight of Wands, these are both faster moving energies, but then you got the Nine of Pentacles on the other side of them. So it's taking a really, really long time. The card that came out for you was the Nine of Cups. So I feel like, I feel like he does still want to talk to you, to come toward you and to see you. But there is a delay here, or it's taking a very, very, very long time. I think you still are somebody that he still does think of fondly, honestly. But it feels like he might have gotten out of another relationship. Again, I keep getting the energy of like he might have gotten out of another relationship. And I feel like there's a hesitancy on his end to like really jump into something else very quickly. And although I think he still has good thoughts and feelings toward you, friends, you know? Please clarify this 9 of Cups as Scott's current intentions. 5 of Wands. Okay. He's holding back because I think that he's really trying to get his stability back, okay? He is thinking toward his future, but there is still some burdens from the past that he has to release, still in his ego a little bit, still kind of struggling with that. Definitely wants to have new beginnings here, but I feel like is kind of still having a hard time. Either I don't know if he had an addiction of some kind in the past, but I feel like if it's not that, it's like him still trying to wrestle with some of either what he's trying to build and work toward in his own life, some of his goals and dreams and wishes and hopes and desires that he's trying to build, especially if it has to do with work or finances, sense of stability. But I feel like this is also about speaking to his emotional stability and him trying to make sure that before he makes a move and gets into a relationship, you know, with anyone else again, that he's in a very stable place financially, maybe, in a stable place emotionally. I feel like he's still wrestling with a lot right now. He doesn't look like, honestly, very good relationship material at this moment, because I feel like he's still has some things that he's really got to release, and there's a little bit of stubbornness I feel like on his end to do so. But I don't think that he I don't feel like he's sort of I don't feel like he doesn't think well of you, but I do feel a little bit, friends, like it was a little bit of a rebound that he was in at the time when he first when that was first initiated, if that makes sense. It feels a little bit like that, but not in a bad way. I think he didn't really know what he wanted either. He just knew that you were somebody that brought him happiness and would make him feel good, you know? That it would help him with the healing, that journey that I feel like he was already on. He was kind of in it. And I think maybe what happened from what the cards look like is it spooked him a little bit, because I don't think he's ready. It didn't look like he's really, really, really ready. And I think he figured that out. I think he was kind of like not sure until it happened. And then it was like, oh, okay. I realize now that I wasn't really ready for the more serious thing. But he still looks like he holds you in high regard. But I think he looks like he's very focused on his own personal goals and things at this moment. And I think he's kind of given up the relationship for the time being. It's not that he doesn't want that, but he's trying to work on getting some stability first before he does that. But it does look like he wants to speak and he wants to reach out and he wants to come see you. There could be a car issue because the Chariot too, or a distance issue, I should say, rather, in coming toward you or seeing you. Okay. All right. Yay, Shelly. All right. So next we have Sunny. Sunny, thanks you guys for getting your questions in. And let's see. I've even lost track of where we're at. Not where we're at, but how many we've done, because we're supposed to only do 5. I feel like I'm cheating my own rules here. Sunny, I feel like you re-asked your question in here. Oh, there you go. Update on question. Will W and I progress towards something in the summer of 2022, or is all hope lost? Okay, got you. And I got you, Geeta. When will you meet? I can ask about your future spouse. And kind of we'll see if we can get an inclination, but I don't do dates You know what I mean? And don't trust any tarot reader that says that they do, because they lie. Hi, what's your name? Sneeha? Only Sneeha? Only Sneeha. Hi. Hello, friends. Welcome. My name is Jessica. I'm the owner of My Taropist. Welcome to my channel. Oh my gosh, Kenny, you did ask me a question about cards. I forgot, and Kenny's gone now. I meant to tell him about decks. I'll probably make a video about that. That's a good question. People ask me that sometimes about how to know if they're new to reading tarot, like how to know which deck to pick or all that. Yes, you may ask a question. He'll be my last question asker for tonight, and then I'll have to get off. I've been reading for a very long time. Sunny, when will W and I progress towards something in the summer of 2022? Okay. S. That's so specific. Why the summer of 2022? May I ask you that, Sunny? I'm curious. What's going on in the summer of 2022? You. Something I should know about? I need to know. You got to come earlier. Yeah, but I'm going to get you InfroStorm. I'm going to get you. You got in that time, so no worries, friends. But yeah, come early. Come earlier. Please do. and please give the video a thumbs up, y'all. All y'all. Awesome, Shelly. and why? Oh no. Is good for dating for me. SUNNY. Okay. Sunny. Will W and you progress towards something in the summer of 2022? 5 of Swords. I don't know, Sunny. It looks like there could be some potential conflict on the horizon. It looks like someone's going to come back around after an ending. If if something hasn't ended already, there could be an opportunity for someone to come back around, but then it could result in some kind of a conflict. But let's find out. Spirit, thank you. Thank you. Will Sunny and W, whoever, Sunny and W, progress towards something in the summer of 2022, or is all hope lost? What is going to happen with Sunny and her person by the summer of 2022? Will it progress? Will this connection progress for Sunny and her person in the summer of 2022? Will this progress with Sunny and her person in the summer of 2022? Okay. Oh my, it's a lot of cards, Sunny. Okay, so it looks like you and your person, I don't know if you guys are not speaking presently. Time onwards is good for dating for me. Oh, that time onwards is good for dating for you. So I do feel like it feels like this energy of something definitely transforming after a loss. I do feel like someone is maybe guarding their heart in this season. Maybe that's you, going within and trying to heal something because of some loss that may have occurred. I do feel like there are new opportunities for you in love that are coming. I feel like a lot of this is you working on your internal strength and allowing yourself to really transform in this season. I think that maybe looking at keeping an optimistic viewpoint and looking toward and working on continuing to manifest your goals and your dreams and what it is that your heart really desires is really going to serve you well in the season. I think that if you're blocked off from dating right now, or you're not really putting yourself out there, I think that's good energy to be in right now, because it looks like there's a lot of healing and internal transformation that needs to occur in the season. It does look like something, though, with this tower. Either this is you having a wake-up call and really, really getting strong on the inside here, because we have the tower after the strength card, after the death card, lots of major arcana. I feel like there's a lot of lessons that you're learning in love in this season, too. But it does look like, let's see, let's clarify this. Holy Spirit, please clarify this death card for Sunny. Please clarify the strength card for Sunny. Yeah, you're being very patient is what I'm seeing. You're being very, very patient in this season, very patiently waiting. I feel like that's one of your strengths, honestly, is your patience and your ability to wait. I feel like what I'm hearing too is like waiting for the right thing. I think one of the reasons that you're holding back is because you don't want to be disappointed. It looks like you're very, I don't want to say calculated isn't the word, but you have a lot of self-restraint. I think you kind of are very, it feels like your intuition is very heightened. Like you do, I feel like, know how to go within and really listen to and honor your intuition and your inner voice and inner guide is what I'm seeing here too. And it's sort of like if your intuition is telling you something is not a good situation, like you honor it. If you feel like I need to be patient and I need to wait, you honor it, you know? And I feel like you're very, very much like very good about holding out and waiting for the right thing. You don't want to invest frivolously. I feel like you're not the kind of person who just sort of like dates around a bunch of random people. I think your choices are very specific and, again, intuitively guided. And again, you're very careful about what it is that you invest in. You're saying yes, 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 right? And so there's a lot of inner strength and like patience I feel like you have, okay? Again, holding out to make the right decision. There's a lot of transformation that's occurring for you, especially like now while we're in Scorpio season, I feel like too. What's this tower about for Sunny? What is this tower about for Sunny? Woo. 9 of Swords. I think there may be a fear for you about something ending with this words clarifying the tower. You might be afraid about a potential ending that could occur. But I think you need to not be, because I do feel like here's what I feel for you. I feel like there's a past person or past situation that the cycle is ending. I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing, but I do feel like it's in the past. And I feel like that there's something coming for you on the other side of that in the future. Page of Cups, Justice card, okay? And I feel like if there's something that you're having a really hard time releasing, like it's kind of causing you a lot of stress to let something go and allow this tower to fall, okay? If you're stressed about it, I think don't be. Because although I feel like there's a lot of fond memories and nostalgia and good feelings about this past situation, what I feel like that what Spirit's saying, and maybe your intuition is telling you, is that there's a new love potentially coming for you that's going to be a lot more fair and balanced for you, okay? That's going to, I think, be even more right. Does that make sense? More right for you. So sometimes I feel like, thanks, Miss P. You're so sweet. So I feel like, is there new love coming for you? Yes, I do believe that there is, but I feel like it's new. It's not old. Okay. So there may be something that you do have to release and fully let go of in order to allow this new thing to come into your life. And I do see it coming Justice, Page of Cups. I mean, you asked when about summer. I'm not getting strong summer energy. It could be like next Libra season. I know that's a ways away. But it doesn't have to be. We've got the World card here. So it could be, it's definitely in a new season. So it could be Scorpio season, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, but it doesn't have to be that. I mean, I don't know exactly when, friend. I can't really tell you, but I feel like it's less about an actual time, like, me telling you a date, which I'm not going to do, and more about when you finally like release the fear of something ending, of this falling, of allowing this tower to fall. Once you release your fear of that, okay, I feel like that's when it's going to come. It could be a while, but you're very patient. Okay. But I feel like it's whenever you finally release that energy and allow this new, close out the old cycle, whatever that old thing is, and allow this new to come in, is when it's going to come for you. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Miss P, you're so sweet, girl. I would love that. That would make my whole new year. I appreciate it. Yes, thanks guys for liking. Thanks for watching. Sunny, let me know how that was for you, friend. I do feel very much like it may not be the old person, if that's what you're still holding on to and you're afraid to release that. Again, remember what we were saying before about holding on to things. Like I think you feel like you have a lot of wisdom, and are also very intuitive yourself. So that's good. Okay, so we have, I want to get them in the right order. Okay, we did Shelly and Sunny. Okay, InfroStorm, I think you're next, unless, oh no, Geeta was next. Geeta and then InfroStorm, we gotcha. All right, Geeta, when will you meet your future spouse? So we're going to ask in general about your future spouse. Let's find out about your future spouse. Ooh, this will be fun. Okay. Ooh, all right. Geeta, thank you all for being here. We're gonna we've got Geeta, we've got InfroStorm, we have only Sneeha or Sneeha. So sorry, friend, if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'd say Sunny, like summer 2022. Maybe by then it'll be like, you'll be in that will be when you have, released that. Okay. And then let's see what we're gonna do after that. I think that's where we're going to. Okay, Rom Matt. I got you. Rom Matt, I think you're the last one here, friends. All right, Geeta, when will you meet your future spouse, or what? Okay, thank you, Spirit. What can you tell us about Geeta's future spouse? What can you tell us about Geeta's future spouse? Oh, right. Interesting. Okay. So, Geeta, you had the tower come out, which is very interesting. It really did come out, though. Like, it was flipped right on out for you, friend. Underneath that, we have the 9 of Wands. Underneath that, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And we got the 2 of Cups, the Star, and the Chariot underneath that. Okay. So for major arcana, we have Aquarius, we have Scorpio, Leo, Taurus energy. We have Aquarius again with the star card coming out here. We have more water energy with 2 of Cups. The Chariot, this is Cancer energy. Temperance is Sagittarius energy, which is underneath that. So I do feel like you are in this energy of very much trying to like manifest your soulmate. There does seem to be though, like either you might feel like you've been unlucky in the past, like you might have this energy around you where sort of like you might have felt like, again, like sort of unlucky in love is kind of what I'm feeling like. Or you've been burned before, things didn't quite go the way that you had hoped. You know, the wheel of fortune didn't move in your favor always, friends. I feel like the person, like your future spouse, is going to be someone with this Tower energy. It feels like it's going to come very suddenly for you, almost sort of like shockingly so, where it could catch you very, very much off guard. Okay. This person could live at a distance from you with this Chariot here, Temperance, Judgment. It could be someone that comes back around from the past, in which case that could definitely catch you off guard, right? Someone that comes back around from your past that maybe if there's already someone that you have in mind, friend, it could be someone that's at a distance from you, doesn't have to be, but somebody that you might already have in mind that you thought of as a soulmate, potential soulmate at some point in your life, okay? If it would be a surprise and a shock to you to have this person come back around, that could be your person, friend. And I don't say things like that. Yeah, I don't say things like that very lightly at all. But please tell me more about this Tower card as when or about Geeta's future spouse. Please tell me more about this Tower card. Please clarify this Tower. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, again, I feel like this is it could be someone that you already walked away from, that you had an ending with. 10 of Swords, 6 of Swords, someone that you might have had to already cut out, or they cut you, or you cut them out. I'm getting strong air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Knight of Swords underneath that, Queen of Swords. It could be someone that you already ended things with. To clarify, this Tower was the 9 of Pentacles. So again, it looks like it might be someone. It doesn't have to be foreign country. No. It doesn't have to be. It could be like literally somebody that you know, it's just like they're a little distance. Like it's not like they're next door to you. Do you know what I mean? Like they could be like a few towns away or something like that. It could be another country, but you know what I mean? It takes like a drive or something to get to you. Okay. But it does look like this is somebody that you walked away from. You're in this single energy. And then it's like, boom, you're just as you're feeling yourself, Geeta, and you're in your most abundant, you're feeling good, you're looking good, you're taking care of you. I feel like that's when this is going to happen. And it's going to be very shocking to you. It's going to be like, oh, as soon as you're comfortable being single, it's like all of a sudden, boom, here comes this person. And it feels like it could be a past person. If it's not a past person that comes in, although it feels like it could be, I've got a lot of that energy here, then it's just like, after you finally like sort of given up and is like, I'm done with this. I'm happy being single. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm abundant. Sorry about my nails, you guys. Then it's like, boom, that's when this happens for you. Is it the Sagittarius from the past? Oh, no, everyone's welcome. Stay. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. You're cool. We do this every Friday, every other Friday on YouTube, and then every other Friday on Instagram. So every Friday I'm doing 5 free Fridays, either here or Instagram. So because I did it here this Friday, next Friday it'll be on Instagram. Okay. So yes, you're welcome. On Instagram, I'm at My Taropist. So you can definitely follow along. I do energy checks periodically throughout the week. Saturdays, I do self-care weekend messages, sometimes Sunday, depending on. And lots of other good stuff over there. Totally different content than here. So, well, it could be It could be, because the Queen of Wands came out. This is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. Male or female doesn't really matter, you guys. We don't really read gender in the tarot always. And then Seven of Pentacles. So it could be if you invested in that connection, if that connection was long term, for example, if there was a lot of if it felt like you were very if one person was very loving and one person was very cold in the connection, that could be as well. Otherwise, it's somebody that you had maybe a strong emotional connection to, as well as an intellectual connection or someone that you communicated well with. But it looks like it could be. I mean, I asked, and there you go. You got Queen of Wands. So it could be the Sagittarius. Especially if that's someone you really invested in. But I'm also getting a second message here too of you really investing in yourself. You got Queen of Wands, and I mean, look at these energies, okay? 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. This looks like you really, really needing to also invest a lot in yourself, in your sense of self-worth, and especially the way you carry yourself. And I don't say these things typically, you guys, but I'm looking at this 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, and it feels like, take care of yourself, take pride in your appearance, working on your health, working on just feeling good and looking good, not for anyone else, but for you, friend, for you. Okay. I feel like the more that you kind of invest in yourself when you're in this energy of feeling really, really good about who you are, and really focus on your own personal goals, and really knowing it's like this, I don't know how to explain this energy, you guys. It's like this energy of you're feeling good, you're looking good, your power. This is also being very strong in your feminine energy as well, I feel like. And it's the more that you keep investing in that, I feel like the second that you are in this place of I don't need nobody else, it's boom, bam, that's when it happens, right? And I know that sounds like such a cliche, but that's literally what the cards are saying. And signs that I see, yes, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, also have Queen of Cups underneath here, so that's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. And I've got King of Swords energy here too, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy as well. Okay. But I feel like this is really, you need to work on your abundance and, your self-worth, and to walk away from anything that is not emotionally rewarding or fulfilling to you, friend. Okay. And I feel like there could even be someone that might have their eye on you right now, even that you're not seeing yet. But again, I think you're going to be really shocked and surprised when it finally does happen. You know what I mean? Really shocked and surprised, especially if it is this past person. It'll come when you least expect it, is how I feel about it. Or what the cards are saying to me anyways. All right. Thank you, Geeta. All right, let's go to, I think we had, Ron Matt wanted a reading. Oh wait, InfroStorm. Oh, you're so welcome, Geeta. You're so welcome. Oh, I'm sorry, only Sneeha. InfroStorm. I think you were next though, InfroStorm. You wanted to know about you and this girl, what you will be in the future. Her name is Leilani. That's such a pretty name. Okay, let's find out. And then only Sneeha, I think you were next after that. Trying to keep up with y'all. All right. She is beautiful too. Aw, that's so sweet. Oh, thank you, Geeta. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying this. Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Whew. All right. Leilani. What is going to happen for Leilani and InfroStorm in the future? 2 more shuffles. I'm feeling 2 more for you. Yes. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so good that you feel that way with her. Just her name makes you feel that way. That's so cool. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Whoa, that was really fast. I didn't even ask the question. I really want to get the question out, but the Ace of Cups came out. Like, I don't know if you saw that. It literally just like popped right out for you. So it looks like could be love. Let's find out. What is going on? It said pop, right? What's going to happen with InfroStorm and Leilani in the near future? Thank you, Spirit. What is going to happen with InfroStorm and Leilani in the near future? Well, there you go. King of Cups now, friends. King of Cups. Bottom of the deck, High Priestess. I'm wondering what her sign is and what your sign is, if you want to tell me. Knight of Swords underneath that. Knight of Pentacles. 6 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Hello. King of Pentacles. All right. Well, I have to say, friends, it looks like this could be leading to a very loving connection. It almost feels like you guys have like a past life soulmate connection. And I don't say things like that lightly, because I know it's not for everybody, but it does look like there's something that feels very familiar and home-like to you. And you even said that, right? I mean, with this combination here, the 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, King of Pentacles underneath that, there's something that feels like, I feel like almost familial, familial, not just familiar, but familial, like she feels like home, or she feels like family to you, or something like that, or vice versa, you to her. Underneath that King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, I mean, friend, I already think you feel like in your mind that she's the one for you. I feel like you kind of already, something in your intuition or something is sort of telling you, that this person could be your person. Oh, you're a Libra and she's a Capricorn. Okay. So yeah, I do feel well, this could be you guys then, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Libra, Capricorn, there. Earth and air energy. But it feels like there's almost a spiritual connection. And again, I don't say that lightly. It feels like this, it feels very good. It feels like you already, at least you, friend, have very strong feelings toward her. I think if you guys are communicating, again, there's something about this communication where you almost feel this very close bond on a deeper level, like almost a spiritual level, or almost like, you know what I mean? Like you feel like you've known each other in the past, and maybe you have, friend. Please clarify this King of Cups as what's going to happen in the future with this connection with Leilani and InfroStorm. Now, if you guys are not, if there's something that's happened in this connection where someone like already has walked away from the other, or maybe you guys aren't speaking, or there's been some sort of a loss here, I'm hearing like that could be a miscommunication. And you maybe need to clarify, because I do feel like there's an opportunity to have a new beginning. So if somebody did walk away because of some sort of confusion here, 6 of Swords after the 7 of Cups, okay, right after that 6 of Swords is the Fool, and the Fool goes right into the 10 of Cups energy here, okay? So it kind of feels like there's an opportunity to have a new start, a fresh beginning here. She doesn't talk much. Libra, Capricorn, your soulmate. Yeah. Now, what's interesting though is this Five of Cups came out here with this King of Cups. So to clarify, this King of Cups, but then underneath that, 10 of Cups, the Fool, Six of Swords. So I feel like if there's some sort of the Five of Cups can also sometimes indicate like sort of missing something that was lost, but the energy of the Five of Cups is also about remaining optimistic, because you see he doesn't see the two eggs that are still standing behind him. He's lost those three, but there are two still there. There's still opportunity for something good. So I feel like if you guys are at a distance from each other right now, or again, there's some sort of confusion about where things are going or what's going to happen here. If there was some sort of a painful ending, or even if there is going to be a painful ending, I feel like I could be reading some predictive energy. I do feel like that there's an opportunity to really heal that and reconcile and have a new beginning. I feel like this just, and I really don't say this lightly, you guys, but I do feel like there's something so much deeper in this connection than what's on the surface. Please give me more on this Five of Cups. Seven of Wands. I feel like you're very patiently trying to manifest something with her that's going to be like long term. I think you see her as wish fulfillment. There's clearly a lot of attraction there on your part, especially. What's interesting is I'm not getting a lot of female energy. It's a lot of masculine energy. So I don't know if I'm just picking up mostly on your energy here, friend. After the Seven of Pentacles, that was the Seven of Wands. So I feel like you might have to fight for this. I'm not going to lie. Like, I do feel like this connection, like I said, is a lot deeper than just a surface level connection. I think she's sort of your wish fulfillment. I think you already sort of like know that she's the one you want in some way, whether that be up here or in your intuitive knowing self. Like, I do feel like you're willing to be patient and wait for her. But I'm not going to lie. I do feel like in this patience, there is going to be a bit of a struggle. You might have to stand your ground here. It may be, it may take a while for things to really, for you guys to get on the same page with this. I'm not feeling her energy as much as I'm feeling yours here. Okay. So I think this is similar to somebody else that I read for earlier. It feels very strongly like the pace that you two are at may be a little bit different. Is the connection deeper? Yes. But I feel like it sort of feels old, like, again, familial or past life or like soulmate energy. But I think in the 3D where you guys are at is like not on the same page. If I were to read this like a twin flame connection, which I'm not a twin flame reader, you guys. But if I were to read it like that, what I would say is like it's sort of like you've become awakened to this connection, but she's maybe not fully awakened to it yet. And that could be because she's focused on other things in her life right now. But I feel like, you may have to fight for this a little bit. And I don't do so in a way that's like negating someone else's sense of free will or someone else's autonomy. Okay. Don't do that. Like, I'm not saying to supersede what her wishes and desires are, but I do feel like you might have to be kind of standing your ground here, and it may take a minute for her to catch up to where you are. And if there hasn't been an ending yet, again, there could be an ending, but only for things to like work out again. So don't lose hope. I feel like don't lose hope in this connection, because it does feel like there's something there. Yeah. Okay, so you've been manifesting her, your distance, and then a painful ending happened. Okay. So you already had the painful ending. That's good to know. That's good that it's not predictive, because I would hate for that to like be something for you to look forward to. So then what you have to look forward to is the reconciliation. I feel like you're going to have to, like, you may be the only man standing in this connection for a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Okay. But I do feel like there's something so much deeper there. Where are Leilani's feelings right now? Let me just ask that. I'm doing way more than I normally do on these one question readings, you guys. I just want you to know. I just feel like I want to give the folks. If anyone wants to book a personal reading, there's a link in the actually maybe not in the description, but you can go to mytaropist.com. But I'm gonna have to end this soon. I think after, is it Sneeha and then Ram? I think are the last two. Chariot, Queen of Pentacles reversed, 8 of Wands. Okay, so I do feel like there is a willingness on her end. Here's that ending with the Tower, but then right after that, Ace of Cups, okay? And then after that, 8 of Wands and the Chariot, okay? Queen of Pentacles came out. I can't tell if it came out reversed. But I'm not reading that as a bad thing necessarily. I think that she has to let go of some other responsibilities or some other things maybe going on in her life. She may be feeling a little bit unstable at this in this season, especially if you guys did have a Tower moment. But I do feel like there's a willingness and a need and want to come to see you or you to see her. I mean, we've got 2 travel cards here coming toward each other with the Ace of Cups to have a new beginning in love here. So I do feel like it's mutual, but I feel like there's something about her right now where she's feeling a little bit unstable, unsure, insecure maybe. I don't know if it's about this connection or other things going on in her life. Maybe it's school or work or finances or something like that. But I do feel like that, you know, she also is going to want to rebuild this. So don't lose hope because I feel like it could come back around for you, friend. Okay. Oh, so yeah, there you go. So then there's definitely energy of travel. Pentacle energy is actually no, it's not. Never mind. I was gonna say it's winter, but I think Pentacle energy might be fall. It could be, maybe it is winter. I could be right about that. So that would make sense then. So yeah, I say don't lose hope because I feel something very different with your guys' energies. It feels very like soulmatey, you know, it really does. And I really don't say that hardly. I think I've said that maybe like one other time to somebody that I read for. Like I really do feel that sense of like home and familiarity and familial energy, you know, and not in a gross incestuous way. Just like you got, it feels like very sweet and soft and safe and nurturing and comforting, the energy between you. I do feel like there's something funky right now, but I think hold out hope. Don't lose hope. Be optimistic because I think you might have to fight for it. It may take a while, but I think you guys can rebuild this connection. Oh, Kenny. Welcome back. All right, let's see. I'm really gonna have to get off soon, you guys. But I'm gonna try to take the last couple ones that have put in here. So let's see. We had let's see. And Kenny, I'm gonna have to do like a whole video about picking a deck. I think that would be really cool. And I might break in a deck on camera. It's usually a thing I do privately, but I have 2 new decks to break in. Maybe that'll be a separate video. We'll see. Okay. Nina, I'm so sorry, friend. I can't take any more right now. But we do this every Friday, either here or on Instagram. I'm at My Taropist on Instagram. Every Friday we do 5 free Fridays. I think I've already gone past my 5 freebies. I really wish I could, but I've also been reading for almost 4 hours, you guys, and I'm gonna have to take a break. It can be very draining. I'm trying to see. Oh, Sneeha, only Sneeha. Okay. I think you're the last one, friends. And then I got to close it out. I'm so sorry for if you missed it, guys, from before, but every Friday, please join us. Please do. And I will have this video up with timestamps at some point tomorrow. So you guys can find your 1 question reading and then also go back and find your signs before this. So you guys are so kind and so sweet. I'm so appreciative of everybody joining. I really am. I really, really am. I'm still a baby channel, just a little baby. So I appreciate everybody, every mwah, mwah, mwah. So much love to all of you, my people. Thank you. Okay. Only Sneeha, will Mr. Kapoor, why did Mr. Kapoor deny your proposal of marriage? Okay. You really love her. Oh, yes. Yeah, InfroStorm, I felt that. I felt that, and I really it looks good for reconciliation. It really does. I really feel like it's gonna come back around. Um, if you want to do a more in-depth you versus them reading to go a little bit more deeply on that situation, feel free to contact me at www.mytherapist.com or mytherapist@gmail.com. But if you go to my website, it has all my readings, and I do personal love readings. So, okay. Why did Mr. Kapoor deny only Sneeha's proposal of marriage? Why did Mr. Kapoor deny only Sneeha's proposal of marriage? If you're still on here, friend, let me know. Is Mr. Kapoor the father of the person that you were wanting to propose marriage to, or the person that you wanted to propose marriage to? Do I want something to eat? Actually, I do feel hungry, but that's because I've been reading for 4 hours. It's exhausting. I love it so much, but it's like imagine going on a 4-hour hike. It's kind of a little bit how you feel after. I'm not kidding. I mean, obviously your legs aren't sore and all that. 5 of Cups, Death card, Power. Interesting. Do you have a job where you work long distance or you have to travel for work? This is a side question. 5 of Cups came out, Death card. Please clarify this 5 of Cups as why Mr. Kapoor did not accept this proposal from Sneeha. Please clarify this 5 of Cups as to why. Only Sneeha, if you're still there, please let me know. And let me know, is Mr. Kapoor who the person that you were proposing to? Or if that's like, for example, the father of the person that you were proposing to. Let me know. It'll really help me to clarify this better for you, friend. But what it looks like is that there was some sort of heartbreak that happened in the past. Okay. For one thing, it looks like someone could live at a distance. Maybe there's long distance between you and your person that you were wanting to marry. And I say that because of the 8 of Wands, the 3 of Wands here. Okay. So this looks like someone who's like a long distance. Like if this is, especially then also with this Page of Swords, like maybe this was a long distance connection. I don't know if it was a thing where you guys were like pen pals or something, or like you were corresponding at a distance, or like maybe you met online and you weren't in the same place. And it could have been a situation where someone felt like you weren't, they didn't know you well enough or something like that, or their family maybe didn't know you well enough or something like that because of the way that you met initially. Could be the case, but the main reason that I'm seeing is that there was some sort of heartbreaking situation in the past that I feel like someone couldn't get over. Okay. They couldn't get over it. 5 of Cups is the card that came out for you. And then the first cards to clarify underneath that is 10 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. And again, remember what I just said about the 5 of Cups, you guys, is it's really more about perspective. It's like someone who's focusing so much on what they lost that they're not seeing what they have to gain. And so even though I feel like you have very strong feelings, obviously you do. But you have very, very strong feelings for somebody here. Okay. I feel like you hold them in very high regard. It's clear that there's somebody that you want to be in a higher level of commitment with, that you care very much about. I'm not sure what the signs are here, but the signs that I've got most prominently, Pisces energy, Cancer, Scorpio, possibly Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Also have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Actually, it could be any sign really. But it looks like either someone might have been, I don't know if someone was like already divorced in the past, or there was some sort of an ending to a situation. I feel like someone more than anything was afraid that something would end, or that there was a situation where there was heartbreak already and someone couldn't release whatever this heartbreaking situation was from the past. You know what I mean? So it's sort of like this opportunity was being presented to them, which proposal, but they couldn't release or let go of some painful experience that they had, either with you or with somebody else. And it was still a burden that they were not willing to release. And so they had to let go. But there's also this energy again of somebody being at a distance from the other, and maybe distance was also a factor in this and Mr. Kapoor not accepting this. Okay. Yeah. It could have been, I don't know if this is for you, but a job loss, or someone fearing somebody's losing a job, or instability with their work situation, not having stable work situation. Take that if it resonates, friend. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Okay. I'm not sure if they were still there, but was that the last one? I feel like it was. Hey guys, just scrolling through. Oh, Rom Matt, are you still here? I'll give you I did say I would still do yours. If you're still here, let me know and I'll do your reading. If not, I'm gonna have to close it on out here, friends, for this Friday. I know I've already done more than 5 readings. That's okay. I'm happy to do it. But at some point I'm gonna have to go Queen of Swords on y'all and be like, psh, psh, psh. Only 5. All right. All right. Thank you, friends. Rom Matt, are you still here? Rom Matt. If not, I'm going to close it on out. Appreciate you all. All right. Yeah, Nina, thank you so much, friend. I would love to have answered your question, but I already got my 5 in, and also I got to take a break. But every Friday, either here or Instagram, please join us for 5 free Fridays. I do 5 free 1-question readings. And then on the Fridays that I do it on YouTube, I also do an all signs reading. And if you follow me on Instagram, you get to vote on what that all signs reading is going to be. So it's a lot of fun. It's choose your own adventure. So tonight it was, what do I need to release? And we had a good time with that. Some really good messages come through for all the signs. All right, you guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you, everybody that tuned in and joined us in the chat. It was so much fun. People on the replay won't get to see all the fun that we had in the chat. So sorry, you should come. You should be here then. All right. Cheers to everybody. Thank you so much again. And as always, don't forget to book a session with the real therapist. And if I missed your question, I'm so